most admirable chases you could possibly wish to see. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Racehour Cheltenham Preview 2026. There we go, thank you very much. I can't believe this is 8 years. 8 years, and the crowd's getting bigger and bigger. There's a great crowd here this evening. So for those of you who are watching online, the Goat is situated between Dundrum and Stillorgan. It has a very large car park. It has 2 function rooms, of which this is one. We're open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And with Leopardstown only 10 minutes up the road, there's no excuse not to pop in here before the races and after the races for a meal and a few drinks. So without any further ado, I'll pass you over to your host for this evening from the Racing Post, Mr. David Jennings.
Thanks very much, Johnny. Yeah, great to be back. 8th year of this preview. With thanks to our sponsors, the Gambling.com group and Bet365, home of the position payout, a new and better way to place an each-way bet. And keep an eye out on the Racehour and Gambling.com social accounts for boosts after this preview is live. So my name is David Jennings from the Racing Post, and I'm delighted to be joined by our esteemed panel tonight. You know them by now. We've got Dermot Nolan, of course, from the Racehour podcast. We've got David Mullins, back by popular demand after missing last year because he was on a date. He's back this year. We have got a Racehour Cheltenham Preview virgin. Put your hands together for Mr. Gary Connolly. Very shrewd, just to let you know. Very, very shrewd, I'm told. No. We have got, you're like Santi, Mikey. We only see you once a year. Yeah. Mr. Mikey Fogarty. We have got Waterford's finest, Mr. Stephen Cass. And Monaghan's finest, Mr. Tony Keenan. So usually at the start of these Cheltenham Preview Nights, you know the drill by now, we kick off with the Supreme. But this year, in a slight change, we're going to see how everybody did last year with their charity bets. So, Mikey Fogarty, do you remember your charity bet last year?
No, I haven't a clue.
For a very worthy cause it was. It was Comfort Zone in the Coral Cup. 21st of 26.
Hold on there now.
Tony Keenan, do you remember your nap last year?
I think it was Know the Way You're Thinking, wasn't it?
It wasn't, I know the way you're thinking. It was Flicker of Hope in the Albert Bartlett.
He's still running anyway.
Pulled up. Stephen Cass, do you remember your nap last year?
I do, because Dermot told me before we started, yes.
Yeah.
You wrote down something else you told me, Dermot.
It was.
Make it look better.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It was Argento Boy, also in the Albert Bartlett. Fared slightly better than both Tony and Mikey. Finished 14th. Yeah? We're getting better, by the way. We're getting better. Did you actually pay into this tonight, lads? Dermot Nolan. Jericho de Repine, very unlucky in the Pertemps final, I have to say. Second to Doddy the Great. And the only winner from last year, ladies and gentlemen, I was booed at the time, was Caldwell Potter in the Novices Handicap Chase at 16-1. So, there we go.
Well done, DJ. You're a great fella.
Thanks. I was just massaging my own ego there for that section of the show. So, we're going to kick off, of course, with the Supreme Novices Hurdle, which looks like an absolute corker this year. And at the moment with Bet365, our kind sponsors, Old Park Star is your 15-8 favourite. Talk to Talk is 4-1. El Kairos 11-2. Mighty Park. What is he going to do? Is he going to go here or is he going to go to the Turners? Who knows? My Daddy Paddy is 8-1. Ballyfad 10-1. Leader Dahlia 12-1. Sober Glory 12-1. Idaho Sun 14-1. And there's a few others that are 14-1. So to start with, we're going to have a bit of audience interaction, okay? So, Mighty Park. Bit of a move today for the Supreme. Had been favourite for the Turners, no longer favourite for the Turners. No Drama This End is now favourite. On the count of 3, I want you to shout out Supreme or Turners where you think Mighty Park is going to go, okay? 1, 2, 3. Turners! Oh, that was 50-50, wasn't it? That was very much undecided. Somebody obviously backed him for the Turners because you were extremely loud over there. Tony Keenan, we're going to kick off with you. You're the star member of this panel. You're the man with the biggest reputation out of everybody here tonight. Old Park Star is currently your 15-8 favourite. Is he the next Altior?
Jesus, have you any easier questions than that, have you? Could you ask me who's going to win the race or something like that? The next Altior, I don't know. He looks pretty good. I'd say it's one of the deepest Supremes in a long time. Plenty with chances, albeit no Mullen star. But I'd be leaning, maybe looking at one or two of the other English horses, maybe Sober Glory, but the one that I'd be somewhat interested in is Idaho Sun. I thought he was quite unlucky in the bumper last year. Probably just didn't have the pace for it when the quicken kind of down the hill and then finished off well. And his 3 runs over hurdles have been pretty tasty to me. I didn't buy the talk from Skelton that my daddy Paddy would have reversed the form if there had been hurdles in the race. I thought your man was very strong at the line. And yeah, he'd kind of do me. And look, we're guessing with the ground at this stage. They're saying the weather's dry, the weather's wet. We're after looking at with the Norwegian boys here, and they're talking about 20 mils between now and Sunday, which would, I'm sure, probably leave it on the heavy side. Now, what comes after that, we don't know. But Idaho Sun would be one that want a bit of cut in it. I'm sure there will be. He'll do me each way.
Oh, lovely. A nice 14-1 start from Tony. Idaho Sun in the Supreme. Stephen, it's a very, very good race. You can make cases for plenty of them. It's likely to be a big field. Have you a strong opinion?
I'd be of the opinion All Park Star has set a huge standard and looks like he's going to improve again. So I'd be very much with All Park Star, and a strong opinion I'd be very much against El Kairos because of his jumping and the way he travels. You know, he's obviously a speed horse. Getting up the hill will be an issue, but geez, he's very low. I just couldn't back him. If you look at him, he flicks the top of everyone and looks like he's going to hit the top of everyone. So I'd be against El Kairos. I'd be very much against Ballyfad jumping right, even though I'd probably go for the other race. One you'd give a shout at a wild price is Blake. He's probably 100 to 1, 250 to 1 in the exchange. He was 8 lengths behind him at Leopardstown, but he was maybe a bit too free. And if he got a bit of better ground, he all but won the Royal Bond. And he's a 94 rated flat horse. And I could see him getting closer. He only has 8 lengths to make up, and I could see him getting a lot closer to the principals from that race. So I'd give him a squeak, but I think Old Park Star is going to win, DJ.
Can I ask you a question? Is that your wildest swing of the night, or is there more to come?
Probably third on a list of...
I was not expecting the 5 letters of Blake to come up in the Supreme, I have to say. So there you go. It's a massive prize.
Well, Noel Meade, well, he's whatever, he'd be 100 to 1. Like, Noel Meade has won the Supreme with Sausalito Bay. He was 33s or something. And Go Native kind of came from nowhere. If Noel Meade sends him, I think he'll run really well. He's that kind of a trainer now. He only sends the ones, they tend to run well at Cheltenham, the ones he sends.
Right, first ball, he's swinging for 6. Stephen Cass, Blake in the Supreme at maybe a 3-figure price. So I'm actually going to find out what price he actually is with Bet365. But your first choice was?
Oh, I think Old Park Star is a
Old Park
superstar.
Star.
Yeah.
Mikey, how are you?
Good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
How's your year been? Good?
Good, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of news, by the way. A bit of news. Sorry, there's maybe one lady in the audience. We're going to break your heart now, so we are. Mr. Mikey Fogarty is getting married!
Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Very kind of you.
Mikey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, busy
She's
away.
a very lucky lady, Mikey. That's what I have to
don't
say.
know
A
about
gentleman
that.
you
I
are.
don't know about that.
So what are you hearing about this Mikey Park? You're kind of hanging around these Mullen circles. The vibes are very strong. What are you hearing about Mighty Park?
I haven't heard a whole lot about him. Obviously, he's working really well. I remember when he won a point to point. He's made in hurdle form. Obviously, he was a runaway winner. But I don't know. It'd be. He wouldn't be for me. Not in the Supreme anyway. He looks like he's still a bit of, more of a chaser. So look, obviously he's working the house down. But we've all heard of plenty of horses working the house down before Cheltenham, and he hasn't been taken off the bridle yet either. So I agree with Tony. I agree with Stephen about
Blake.
I don't. I agree with the favourite. I think he's the most solid horse in it. And I was down at the last for Altior breaking the hearts of Min and Tony's horse. Idaho Sun, I think, is the best form in it on soft ground. I agree with him. I thought he won fair and square in entry, and he was getting going by the line. So for me, it'd be him each way if the ground, and I just think they all have to beat the favourite, to be honest.
Yeah, Old Park Star currently 15-8 with Bet365.
He could be 3 to 1 in the morning with 5 places, DJ. Do you know, and he could be. It's that kind of year, isn't it? And the bookies are kind of talking. It's more open this year. Deep Supreme. I'd definitely be waiting for the day.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to ask to yourself, did you hear anything about Talk to Talk being sold?
Do you want to do this? No.
Well, I mean, I host it every week, and I do feel usurped if we have to
Yeah.
bring that up. Yeah.
I think it's a bit harsh as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you should be up here.
Well,
to
I
be
mean, you've
honest.
some nerve giving cheek, and you're poaching half the thing for upping the ante next year, and all rumours of this.
Which member? Which member am I trying to poach?
Are we allowed to talk about that on here?
You can talk all you want. Who are we trying to
Talk
poach?
to talk.
Who's favourite for the up in the ante next year?
Well, I'd be
More importantly,
I'd be Blake prices anyway. That's for sure. But seriously, is
Come
any
on,
talk?
Dave, we don't care about this
Could
game.
JP buy Talk to Talk and do
No,
a switchy?
Wouldn't be his style.
No.
No,
Okay.
too well known, I think. I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
But I heard they're looking big money for him, and they've got nibbles, but I don't know if he's.
What would he be worth? What would you put? You that's buying and selling horses, give us a price tag for Talk to Talk.
I don't know. You'd have to be.
7 figures anyway.
Yeah. I'd say they're sellers though. They're wanting to get into that game, aren't they? So, 600,000 or 700,000. You'd have to give for them.
More. Yeah.
Double it, I'd say. Double it, yeah.
You're getting that for buying pointers, Mike.
That's only half share he's getting, David.
Shows you why-
He needs it too. He's waiting to
I'm
pay
way
for
out, so.
it. So you're with Old Park Star, yeah?
Yep.
And Idaho Sun is probably the forgotten horse after winning at Christmas at Aintree. Gary, you've come here now with a big reputation. You're a bit like Mikey Park. We haven't seen too much yet these Cheltenham Preview Nights, but you've got a huge reputation, so don't let me down. What wins the Supreme?
So I arrived from Malta this morning, and with all good stories, I was in Malta in an Irish bar last night.
Malta.
And Mighty Park, JP, has bid, on good authority now, I've had this 700,000 from that's been knocked back
Talk to Talk.
Deadly.
for Talk to Talk. So holding
So
out
he's
for a
paid
million.
700,000 for a horse
They're
he owns
holding out for
already.
$1 million apparently, and if the deal goes through, Mighty Park will be going to us. Talk to Talk will be here.
Really? So you think they're going to switch, right?
Now it's 3 or 4 Guinness deep now when we're
Yeah.
talking about this. But yeah, I trust the fella who was saying it, so that's what I heard anyway. But as for the race itself, I'd be against the Fav All Parks there. I think it's going to be an absolute tear up front. There's plenty of pace on here, and they're just going to cut each other's throats, I think. So I'd be looking for something that'd be patiently ridden out the back, trying to close. It's Talk the Cock, El Kiros, and probably My Daddy Paddy, and I'd favour Gordo's horse, El Kiros. I think he'll travel sweetly into it, and he does have a serious turn of foot. Once he gets over the last in running, I think he'll be away and gone up the hill, and just the early fractions will just take it out of the Fav, I think.
Okay, so it might be set up for El Kairos, the speed horse at the end. David, welcome back. It is a hell of a race, this. If you came out of you're still young, actually. What age are you?
29.
29. So you could still do a Davy Russell and
no fear of
come
that.
out of retirement twice, I'd say. If you come out of retirement for something in this race, what would you ride?
El Kairos, definitely.
Would you?
Yeah. I don't know, was it Tony or Stephen said his jumping mightn't be good enough. I seen him win his point to point. He never put a foot wrong. He made a mistake after jumping the last in Leopardstown. And just one of those things making him the mistake at the last in Thurles. I'd say his jumping is fine. He stays, the gears he has is unreal. Listen, the two ahead of him in the betting are very good, obviously, as well. And Sober Glory, I did fancy him a small bit until he won by 40 lengths the other day on soft ground and probably got the heart tore out of him. I'd say he probably left a Supreme there, or definitely an each way bet there for me, so I'm sticking with El Kairos.
El Kairos. And what's your gut telling you about Mighty Park? Do you think he'll run in this race or run the Turners?
Definitely run the Turners.
Wow. Do you actually know?
No.
Just, it was so emphatic, I thought. I don't know. I thought you were staying in a Dare Manor or something. You heard something. So there you go. That's El Kairos for David Mullins at 11-2. And last but by no means least, the Shrudy from the Racehour podcast, Mr. Diarmuid Nolan. You have the final say on the first race at the 2026 Cheltenham Festival.
Yeah, look, I've been keen on Old Park Star pretty much all year after Cheltenham. I just think he's an absolute superstar. I also think the pace of this race between like Sober Glory and Mossy Fen Road are going to set an absolutely unbelievable pace, which to me will set the pace up as an old-fashioned Supreme, where the horse that can travel, jump, and most of all stay afterwards will be the one to win it. That's all Old Park Star has shown so far. I also find it weird when people say that he's been slow, because at Haydock, to jump around the inside track at Haydock and run like that, you can't be slow and run around that inside track at Haydock. It's so tight. But Old Park Star, to me, he's an absolute superstar. And I think he'll run the speed out of Talk the Talk. He'll run the speed out of Valkyros. He'll be the one to pick it up from Sober Glory and Idaho Sun. Sorry, from Sober Glory and Mossy Fen Road was one I thought would be the kind of quick ones. And I think he'll be sitting just behind them. And I think the horses coming from the back won't even get into it. I think he'll have kicked on. Like when Constitution Hill followed Mighty Potter and John Bond. I think that's the way it'll work out. And I just really am confident in them, yeah.
Really? There you go. So if you're confused coming here about Supreme, you're totally confused now because some of the panel are totally against Old Park Star and some of them are totally with him. So we have two votes kind of for Old Park Star. We have two pretty confident votes here for El Kairos and two outside kind of votes for Idaho Sun at 14-1. There you go. That is your Supreme Novices Hurdle. We're up and running, folks. Moving on to the Arkle, and it's a corker this year. No odds-on favourite at the Cheltenham Festival this year. At the moment, Lulamba is one of the shortest prices at 5-4. Kopek the board is 2-1. Romeo Coolio, is he going to run here? Is he going to run in the Brown Advisory? Is he going to wait for Fairy House? That could be an option. He's 3-1 at the moment. These prices are all non-run or no bet. Cargis is 9-2. Irish Panther 12-1. Steel Alley is 14-1. Kappa J Pike is 14-1. Salvatore Money 20-1. July Flower is 25-1. And it's 25-1 bar. This is very interesting, David Mullins, because it's a big Britain v Irish battle. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the Supreme. But here, it's Willie versus Nicky. It's Lulamba versus Kopek the board. Have you a strong opinion one way or the other?
Yeah, I think Lulamba is the winner. I can't see Kopek having the experience. It caught out Majborough last year, and I think it's going to catch him out this year. I thought he could have done with an extra run. There's nothing like race experience, and you need to have made mistakes, and I don't think he's going to have made enough of them to beat Lulamba around there.
And just say he won at Navan where he was breathtaking, and then he went to Punchestown where he schooled very well, and then he went to Fairy House. So he has been for away days schooling. Does it not match a race?
Not at all. No, Nico de Bainville will be with his head on his gurt, and it'll be a completely different ball game. And are we even sure it was Kopek the board that went there?
Wow. Really?
I don't know again.
That's how rumours start. Yeah.
I do fancy July Flower each way. Whatever Henry does give horses the week before Cheltenham, must be some stuff. It's like the last bit of work.
Yeah. Time and patience and yeah, absolutely. So you think July Flower will run well? Could run here, could run in the Mayor's Chase, but you're very much a Lulamba man.
100%.
100%. I was at a preview actually last night down in Woodlands in Adair, and there was Dave McManus, bookmakers were there, and he had a pitch at the front of the stage and one at the back. And the best backed horse by a mile all night, and they took absolute fortunes, was Lulamba, which is very strange in the heart of Ireland, in Adair, County Limerick. The best backed horse by a mile, by I'd say 50% more than any other horse, was Lulamba. He is a very good horse, Diarmuid Nolan. Is he good enough to take down Kopek the board?
It's a question within itself. I think he looked very slow last time over the first 4 or 5. I also think Newbury gave him a great chance to get away with it. You know, the run in there at Newbury from the turn into the winning post is massive. It's so long. I think that allowed him to get up again. Over the first 4 or 5, he was in serious trouble. Kopek the board could have him in trouble from that point of view, but Kopek the board's lack of experience. But, do you know, like I think it's only like 8 horses have come to the Arkle with one run, but 2 of them have won. It's not like it's, you know, Well Chief and Western Warhorse. So it's not like it's completely like impossible to do. But yeah, Kopek needs more. I'm keen to take them both on, to be honest. I think Lulamba, I just think he looked so slow last time. He needs it to set up like Django Bay. I think he'll win next year's King George. Like, I think he's an excellent horse, but I don't think he's necessarily an Arkle horse, unless it works out like Django Bay, and the ground could actually work out well for him anyway. So I'm not exactly completely dead against him. I'm just can see a way that he's beaten Kopek de Boer's lack of experience. I don't think Romeo Coolio goes. I've weirdly come full circle here, and I actually like Cargese for this. I think this course here will suit her way better than Leopardstown. As long as she hasn't had the head boxed off her, which seemed to happen last time. They would, Paul Town and Jack Kennedy killed each other in that race. But hopefully she's come back from it. The old course over 1 mile 7 and a bit will suit her so much better than the 2 mile 1 at Leopardstown. She jumps really well. She's really pacey, and I could see Kopek sitting off her rather than Kopek bombing on if he'll allow it. And I just think Cargesi's jumping could have a lot of them in trouble. The effort to get back up again at the last, that's what I'm slightly worried about, but the mistake 2 out was really substantial. And she was so good bar that. I think she's improved an awful lot for a fence. And I just think with Lamba's lack of speed, Kopek's lack of runs here, I just think Cargesi at 9-2 is a very interesting bet. And on the day, she could be bigger because I could see the money coming for Kopek. He's a little bit of a nutcase as well. So yeah, Cargesi will be the one that I've come full circle on. I'm actually quite keen on her here.
Oh, very good. There we go. 9-2 Cargesi at the moment. Gary, Arkle, talk to me.
Yeah, it's a weird race now. Kopek will just probably blow this race apart with his raw pace, but you can't back a horse on the back of one run. So I'll be against him. The Lamba, I think, has no chance to win this. It's not a 2 miler, doesn't jump. This is under 2 miles as well. He's going to be outpaced. He'll be nailed on for a place. Now staying on late, but can't have him.
So you're getting both of them beaten as well.
Get these out of the
You spent too long on Malta.
I'm telling you. Cargesi, I would have liked, but she had a very hard race at Leopardstown.
So you're going further down the list.
Yeah,
Where are you going to end up?
All over on the Irish Panther. I think he's pure speedball. He'll zip around here from the front. It was a great run at Christmas. He only got mowed down late. The Hardies would turn them inside out. He'll lead him down to the last. It'll take a good one to go by him, I think. So 12-1, just proper value bet.
Quiz question: who beat Irish Panther on his debut in a Leopardstown bumper?
Fact to file.
Well done, that man. Fact to file. Yeah, there we go. So you're all in on Irish Panther. I don't know you that well, but you sounded extremely confident there. Is this like one of your strongest fancies of the whole meeting?
He's been out the horse for weeks.
Yeah, no, I've been tipping away him for months now. I think he's just.
What's the biggest price you've backed him at?
48, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
You could be going back to Malta.
I know what a spoofer sounds like, and he didn't sound like a spoofer there now. Putting that.
Why are you looking at me like that?
No, from a few of the people that I've met over the years, not you. I know you're not that anyway. You're a lot of things, but not that.
So Irish Panther, he has made a very good case, and you've been prone to kind of row in behind these cases in the past.
I have.
Yeah. So has he convinced you that Irish Panther?
He has. He actually has. He flowed out of him. Flew in from Malta. JP bought my park last night in the bar. So
Talk the talk.
this man deserves more money than me, Dermot. No, right, the next year. I don't know, to be honest.
Who trains Irish Panther?
Eddie and Patrick Harty.
Very good. Well
Top,
done.
very
Sorry.
good men in the
That was a very
there.
condescending question. Sorry.
I don't know. It all depends on ground. Like Willie is going to come into it. Gordon is going to come into it on the heavy ground. Irish Panther on a bit of good ground, a mile and 7. Yeah, it'll be bang there. The old saying, if Willie trained Irish Panther or Gordon or Nicky, he'd be a bit shorter. So
We're saying in racing that.
Yeah.
If Willie Mullins trained this,
I was doing it sarcastically.
I know, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I know, but it is like
See, your humour is just too good.
I think this year's Cheltenham. Look, I don't do a lot of study for this, right? But usually I know I will see 1 or 2 bankers, and the first 2 races I'm going, I'd love to be Paddy Power or whatever.
Bet365. Bet365.
Bet365.
It's live.
We're not allowed to curse. Sorry, I'm not allowed. There's 2, 3. We won't say anymore. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to go with Irish Panther. Yeah, if the ground dries out, and if not, I'm going to go each way with Cappage Pike. Yeah.
Can you give us just any reason why?
I can do the reason.
It's a
for you
funny
there,
story.
Mikey.
We like funny stories. Go on.
I know the man that sold his share in him last year. I know of him, and it usually happens that they go on then. So it's one of those stories.
That is what you would call cutting edge analysis from Mikey Fogarty.
But it is,
Yeah.
though. Loads
James
of people,
Willoughby would be
look
proud
at
of you.
Irish Panther. I've rode horses over the years that owners have sold, big owners, and then they got a new lease of life just in a different place. It can happen, like. Do you not remember them?
Yeah, I do,
stories?
but I'm just saying, technically is probably not the best way to come up with a winner of a race.
Hold on. He bet Salvermore on Monday, and he's a better chaser, and he won the Grade 3 in Punchestown or whatever. And we don't know. Like 5-4 is too short. Like, you know, it's way. You shouldn't back Lulamba. None of you should. 5-4. Are you crazy? Honestly, like.
Look, they're leaving already. Look.
Yeah. Well, I'm saving the money. I'm saving
Started
the money.
off, they were tempted to go when they heard Blake.
No.
Then they heard Irish
Well,
Panther. Now Kappa J Pike, they're gone.
So you swear on your wife and kids that you think 5-4 is good value for Lulamba?
No, I don't think it's good value, but I do think he's the most likely winner of the race.
5-4 is.
He's a very good horse.
Oh,
I would be utterly shocked. I would fall down on the ground if Lulamba didn't beat Kappa J Pike.
I completely agree with you. He's the best horse in the race, right? We're on about a mile and 7 in an Arkle with everyone's like Kopek. The boards could take him out of his comfort zone on soft ground, right?
Absolutely.
Right. He went there. I disagree with David. Punchestown was like a race. I know what Town will do. He'd 4 over on him. Impera Pass was following him, but then he couldn't go with him. So it was kind of like a run. If he gets there, Nico mightn't get into it. You know, if he produces the supreme form.
That is the worry, yeah.
So
you're with Irish Panther and Kappa J Pike.
you're throwing your money into the sky in this race.
It's a fair shout. It is a fair.
Yeah, no, there's
fair
plenty
shout.
more to come tonight. There's plenty more where that came from, let me tell you. Stephen Cass, you kind of half suggested, you teased us there. I have a feeling you're a Kappa J Pike fan, are you?
Well, I agree with Mikey, and I think he made a good case of how the race could be run, that Lulamba would get too far behind.
That was definitely the best point of his argument, yeah.
It was a very good point. And like at Newbury, he did look under the pump. He looked beaten, I thought. So maybe he'll get too far behind. I just know stuff's going to happen in this race because you've Cargeese, you've Kopek, Irish Panther, Steel Ally, all wanting to go forward. It's a novice chase. Stuff's going to go down like. From the back then, you'll have Romeo, Coolio, Lulamba. Will he get into it? Like, I like Kappa J Pike. He's going to be Willie's third string on the day. He's going to be bigger than 14s, I think. You know, you're going to get probably 20s on the day, and I think you'd want that. But the case for him, if you watch the Turners back last year, he's going as well as Everton, 2 out, didn't stay. Went to Aintree, 2.5, didn't stay. And as a chaser, he was able to lie up with Salvatore Monday, and he destroyed him with a turn of foot. And then he showed an unreal turn of foot in that Grade 3. He beat Jacob's Ladder, who's now rated 151, and like serious turn of foot. So I'd give Kappa J Pike a life, but geez, like you'd want your head checked if you're dogmatic on what's going to win this race, because you can't know.
Yeah, somebody said bang on there in the audience. There, you're getting a lot of agreement there. But Kappa J Pike, you think is the value at the present time?
Yeah, look, I think he'll be the value on the day. You mightn't even actually get the 8 runners on the day. This is the problem, but yeah.
Tony, bring some order to proceedings, will you? Tell them how good Lulamba is.
I'd much prefer Lulamba than Kopek the board. But it's a flaky opinion. I'm sorry now, I'm going to apologise to everyone. I have a lot of flaky opinions now. I think this is the hardest Cheltenham I have ever seen. And I'm talking 20 years. I have never seen this hard. And there's a few reasons for it. Like, every race in Ireland this winter's been run on bad ground. Like, not just soft ground, like bad ground. Willie Mullins wasn't firing in November, December. He's caught up a bit. But Elliott kind of got the jump on him. And he's maintained that lead, and there's no clear pecking order with these novice hurdlers. And like, are England a wee bit better? Maybe they're a lot better. I just never believe it until I see it, but I can see it happening. So I just think this year it's really, really difficult. Like, and this race is just another one of the examples. One of the other things that's going on is there seems to be a load of 2.5 mile novice chasers around that have been forced either into this race or the Brown Advisory. So I'd say ground and pace are absolutely going to be massive in both of those races. Thing with Kopek, sorry, I know I'm not going to answer the question because I don't fancy anything. The thing about Kopek is he's going to need a 10 out of 10 training performance from Willie Mullins to win. I know horses have won an Arkle of one run, not when they haven't run since Navan in the second week in November and missed 2 targets. Like that's not ideal. And then he spatted completely in Punchestown last year. It's not as if he's a solid horse. Like he is a bit of a head case, and he's possibly more likely to do that off just one run. So my way of looking at it would be, I think Lulamba is very solid favourite. I think Kopek's a chance of a blowout second favourite. So maybe they're without the favourite market's a way to go with it. Lads have kind of mentioned there, Romeo Coolio and Cargeese give each other a very hard race in Leopardstown. So I chance something to run into the frame at a price or finish second to Lulamba at a price. do like Sam Thomas's horse a little bit, Steel Ally. I thought he looked one of the best jumpers around in Ascot. I'm talking about jumping technique now, just really good. Where was he running the last day? Warwick. Jumping wasn't just as good, they was really sharp. So I think they'll drop him in a bit. I don't think they can go in the lead with some of these other mad tearaway yokes. I think he could pick up the pieces a little bit.
Okay, that's Steel Ally, winner of the Kingmaker at Warwick for Tony, but no massively strong opinion. Not a lot of love for Kopek the board on the panel, lads, no? No?
I think he'll beat Lulamba.
You think he'll beat Lalamba, but won't beat Cargis. Okay, there we go. So you were with Cargis, you were with Lalamba. Gary, you made a very compelling case for Irish Panther, which convinced Mikey Fogarty. Stephen Cass, you're with Kappa J Pike each way. And Tony Keenan, you are with Steel Ally. There you go. That is your Arkle. I thought that was going to be the most straightforward race of the night. It proved to be the most complicated race of the night. There you go. That is your Arkle. Moving on to the champion hurdle. This was, I'd say, reprinted yesterday because the new line is your 2-1 favourite, as you can see on the screen behind us. Brighter days ahead. Is this her year? Is 5-2. Lossiemouth 11-4. Golden Ace 11-2. Poneros 10-1. Alexi 14-1. Ballyburn 14-1. Anzalam 16-1. Tutti Quanti is 16-1, and it's 50-1 bar. David Mullins, Lossiemouth.
Won't run here.
Sorry?
Won't run.
Won't run here.
No.
Right.
Hashtag breaking news or just...
I don't know. One of them will be true. And you can take that out and edit it whatever way you like.
You don't think she'll run in the champion hurdle?
No, it's not good
The
enough.
vibes aren't great at the moment in the Lossiemouth camp, are they?
I don't know.
She's not good enough, you don't think?
I don't think she's good enough, no.
Okay. Even to win this champion hurdle without Constitution Hill?
No, I think the new line is a good thing.
Right. Okay. Why?
I thought he was going to bolt up in the fight in fifth, and that's elite hurdle, or what is it called in Cheltenham, where he
I
only
think
fell
it's a kind of a rival.
International
Rival
was
to
the
Bet
international
365.
hurdle, sorry,
A race registered as the international hurdle, sponsored by the same company that sponsored the champion hurdle, but we're not allowed to say who they are.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's probably the best of them. That's a funny race, always, that race. And I don't see anything beating him. Brighter days ahead. Hasn't acted twice around Cheltenham. And I'd just like to see what way Gordon's run the first day at Cheltenham this year, as they ran terrible, I thought, last year, bar Woodhu. Yeah, so that's where I am.
With the new line.
Yep.
You think he's a good thing?
Yep.
And so do I. Diarmuid Nolan, what wins the champion hurdle?
The new line, yeah.
Yes. Here we go. Now we're sucking diesel. We've 3 votes for the new line already.
Yeah, I've come full circle in this race. I was completely against the new line all year, and then I watched a load of replays. He gets criticised for 2 things at Newcastle. One where he tried to run out at the 3rd or 4th. But if you actually watch that back earlier on in the day in the 2 maiden hurdles, 3 horses tried to do it as well. 2 of them were actually skeletons. But the weird thing is that it's an odd hurdle because the kind of rail ends, then they pass a fence. And it's just open. You could see how a horse would think of leaving. You know, there's no rail to help them. They go around the fence, and then there's a gap before the next hurdle. So he deserved that there. I also thought he showed speed that I wasn't sure he had. Last time then, people keep saying that they think Golden Ace was definitely going to beat him that day. I think the new line had Golden Ace beaten myself watching it. And then last time, look, it's a mess of a race. He's getting weight from them in line, but they were just schooling him that day to kind of teach him. He's got the highest ceiling of ability to actually grow into, and while there's loads of horses here that are kind of full of potential, Brighter Days Ahead is a joke of a price at 5-2, and the new line at 2-1. I just think it's a really good price. I think he's a really good horse, and I think he's very hard to stop here.
There we go. So we have 3 votes for the new line. Gary, what was going down in Malta last night in the champion hurdle? The new line has been sold by JP McManus.
Unless I'm missing something, this is a stink fav, isn't he? Like, what form line has he got to be fav for this race? I thought he was B when he fell in the fifth.
No,
definitely
not.
And then,
No, I'm not having that now.
And then it took him the length of the straight to get past the mean line. It's not even entered here.
It was,
rode him.
It was an
Brentford
education, Gary.
And then the Turner's form last year isn't worth a fiver, like. So, Brighter Days Ahead should be fab. She has the better form. Like,
But sure, she
I'd
can't
say
go
it was
around
the
Cheltenham. She can't go around Cheltenham.
It was a jockey era when she got
It
beaten
was.
in
That's
the mares.
sorry.
No
That's the
way.
biggest.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the
that's
biggest
a
load
load
of
of
nonsense.
crap.
No.
Jack Kennedy
Jockey-
getting blamed for that
was
and
bait.
blaming himself for that. And Golden Ace was behind Brighter Days Ahead jumping the last. And they keep saying that Jack Kennedy was looking at Paul Townend.
That's all
The
they
biggest
were
load of nonsense ever.
And I think they've changed stuff down, what they're doing with her. I think she won't be beat because she doesn't handle the course. That's what I'd say about her. Like, it's a bad champion hurdle. I'll probably have a few bob and answer that. He's a pure head case, but he has a proper engine on him. Compton, like, Compton
I
fell,
fancy
like,
Cashindale
and he
Lad.
both fell asleep the last time, so he was just...
Cashindale Lad will beat
Could be
him.
this man's last year.
It was
Say, Mikey, it's time to cash out on that bet that he's not a spoofer, I think.
You need to salvage now the rest of this.
You have about 20 seconds now
It's
left
my
to
last
restore your
year.
reputation.
No, like Amsterdam, he has a serious engine on him. He's just a head case, like, and
What happened at Leperson then?
they were just trying to educate him. And
No.
him and Compton just fell asleep.
Educate him.
And-
He can't read or write by the looks of Leperson.
No, if you look at his run in the fighting 50, he wasn't that far off Golden Ace. And
He
done
tried
a
to
lot wrong
bite.
there.
He tried to bite Golden Ace on the run. He did.
That's what you want, the battle like that.
The dub.
Taking battling to a new level.
So yeah, 16 to 1, too big a price. Like, so I'll have a few bob. Like, I'm not saying he's a good thing or anything, but yeah.
Thank God.
If you have an interest bet on him, I think he has a serious engine, that horse.
But the
so.
new line is your lay of the meeting, is it?
I wouldn't say late the meeting, but he's a stinking favourite. I wouldn't touch him at 2 to 1 now.
Mikey, do you want to revise your opinion on Mr. Gary Connolly?
And wait, I'll give him another day or two. I won't jump in. No, the new line for me. Big year for Dan. He's talked a big game now, and it's going to be it's either going to be his year now or it's not. And I
That's
think
true,
he's-
actually, yeah. Either
No,
will,
I'm
and either
not-
win or it won't.
I'm not on about the title. I just mean he's the first year he's got 2 or 3 proper favourites in big races, and with that comes the pressure, you know. And I'm a massive fan of Dan. He's a brilliant trainer, so I think New Line is the horse to beat.
Lovely. 4-1. You're 4-1 down, Gary. Stephen Cass, what are your thoughts on the new line?
I'd be against him because, well, a few reasons. He did look slow the last day. His jumping, I'd be very concerned. He nearly fell at the second last and the last year. Left his foot in the top bar, kind of a Constitution Hill type nearly
It was
mistake.
low, yeah. It was low.
And he's always jumped like that. And then the last day they put him into the roots, as they say, of the hurdles, on every one of them. And he just popped around and he got in the back foot. You know, so he did well to actually win the race. But asking David and Mikey, you know, if you're doing that to a horse, getting him into the roots, he's now going to a champion hurdle pace. You know, is it much of an? Does the horse have to adapt much, or will he just fly at the hurdles if they let him fly? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you won't be able to do that. You'll be going much harder in a champion hurdle. So obviously, if you're doing that in a champion hurdle, he's a Constitution Hill sort of an engine.
I'd be very worried about his jumping. Very worried. And I think Brighter Days has absolutely no chance. She's bordered on disgraced herself twice. Like, when she cocked the jaw now, if you watch the replay, she cocked the jaw right. She doesn't like the place, or she's got a kink in her. Look, you have to rule horses in and out, like, so yeah, I'm ruling her out anyway. I'd be against the 2 of them, and I don't know what's going to win. I think Lossiemouth would win if she came here. She's a brilliant horse at Cheltenham. She's loads of good 2-mile form. I know what everyone's on about, that she's only a 2.5 miler. Like, she's winning Margianas and winning Christmas hurdles at Leopardstown. Even when she performs poorly at Kempton and Leopardstown the last day, she showed the absolute heart of a lion to get close in second. I think she's a wonderful horse, and she would win, but she probably won't come here, so we're wasting our time talking about that. I don't know what'll win, Jenno.
But you know who won't win?
I know,
And
yeah,
that's the new line and Brighter Days Ahead.
Yes.
Right, Tony, no watery arguments now, right? I want proper, full mode Tony Keenan here for the champion hurdle. I want you to tell us exactly what's going to happen. Take it away.
Well, I think Gary hit the nail on the head there. How bad a race it is. Like, Honoris is 10 to 1 for this. He won the worst crop of 4-year-olds, I'd say, in 10 years last year.
What?
They were terrible.
Lambo was second.
Yeah, he might be the exception, but they're terrible. East India Dock, Hello Neighbour. What else have you got in there? Morsia, terrible price for the county. Yeah. Wouldn't be a lover of that. That's actually the biggest negative with New Lambo, I would say, is the crop of horses coming from. Don't mind the new lion, he's fine, but I actually agree with Gary. I think Brighter Days Ahead has got the best form this season. She did barrack in Cheltenham last year, but she was injured. she had a knee injury. So like I'm playing.
She did it 2 years ago as well. She did at the end of the race. She didn't, but she was tearing the head off herself and not behaving in the first half of the race. So just wondered if she get buzzed up there.
Yeah, it's possible. And there is a little bit of giveaway. Gordon Elliott saying that
staying down the road. Though,
yeah, I don't like the sound of that now. That staying down the road.
I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I like that. Trying something different, not stable or in Cheltenham.
On Garda.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it works fair play for Taino. She would be Maylene. I think she's a much better preparation. I think Leopardstown at Christmas last year ripped the guts out of her completely. Just such a bizarre race what they did to King of Kings Field and Staying and all that type of stuff. So now, brighter days ahead, lean, but that's all it is.
Right. There we go. So brighter days ahead for Tony at 5-2. Stephen Cass has taken on the top 2 in the market. Mikey Fogarty, David Mullins, Diarmuid Nolan and David Jennings are very much in the new line camp, and Gary Connolly fancies Amsterdam at 16-1. It's all right. We're only on day 1. You have 3 days left to redeem yourself.
I wouldn't even say something like that. Amsterdam.
That is... There's 1, 2, 3 gone now. I hope you're only going to the toilet. That is the
disgusted with Gary.
champion hurdle, folks. Moving on to just to let you know the way we're going to do things. We're going to focus on the main races, and then at the end we're going to go through the handicaps and the various mares races and get our bankers as well. So that'll come at the end, and we'll have a little bit of time for questions from the crowd as well. So that is the main races on day 1. Moving on to Wednesday. Ladies' Day, 11th of March, and the Turners Novice Hurdle is first up. Mighty Park, your 3-1 favourite. I will find out exactly what price he is on the exchanges right here, right now, so we have an idea maybe of where he might go.
Yeah, these were done this morning now.
So he's 3-1 at the moment. No drama this end. Your Chala winner 7-2. Skylar Hustle 5-1. Dr. Steinberg 5-1. Talk 6-1. Of course, some of these could be going in different races. King Rascal Grey 8-1. Active Innocence 10-1 and 12-1 bar. Right, Tony. We're building up to a big opinion here at some stage.
Yeah, it's not in this either.
Right.
My big opinion here is the Mullins crowd do not know what the novice hurdlers are. They've been getting it wrong all season. So went through the early part of the winter there, November, December, didn't have a lot of maiden hurdlers. Went to Christmas, 2 fancied horses, what do you call them? Leader Dahlia and Dr. de Menil, both chinned. First lad's redeemed himself, Dr. de Menil hasn't. Townend went off and rode Le Divin Enfant in the Future Champions. He travelled in price and the day ran stink. Then he went off to Nias. He picked Simbaco, doubled in price, ran stink. Then he goes to Leopardstown to DRF. He rides King Rascal Grey, doubles in price, runs well. And then the Divin Enfant went from 18s to 9-2 and off shorter. They don't have a clue. Look, the evidence on the track says they don't know. Maybe they figured it out in the last fortnight. But what's going on?
Do you not think it seems to be
Mighty
Park and then the rest of them are kind of here? That's the vibe I'm getting there.
Yeah, very possibly. But it's still a massive ask off a maiden hurdle run, especially as he didn't have a bumper career either. And I would be the looks at exchange betting on this. Like, is there going to be 15 or 16 or 20 runners in this? Like, it's very possible that this is just going to be a massive, massive field that everyone just wants to run. So with that in mind, I would throw 3 darts at it.
3 darts?
Yeah. They're all kind of mad price. Zeus Power is the first one.
Who?
Zeus Power.
Zeus Power?
Joseph O'Brien's horse that won in Navan.
Yeah.
2 mile, 2 sharp there. Did very well to get himself out of trouble. He's on target for the race by all accounts. Thought he had a small bit of a life. Gordon Elliott's the second Jigginstown horse, the horse that hated the gun front running punches.
Road Exile.
Road Exile. Yeah,
Jesus, Mary,
I thought
Joe.
take a chance on him as well. And if he runs here, probably the main one is Sortudo, because he was running at a time when I don't think their horses were going wonderful in early January.
And he might have a jockey upgrade. Patrick was right.
Well, I can't believe it took 46 minutes for you to slag Patrick Mullins. Yeah, everyone here was on the under for that anyway. That's for sure. Yeah, so they'd be making a 3 against the field. I think I'd rather take a chance on Rags than necessarily something at the front end. I think horses coming out of a maiden hurdle are like 3 from 100 and something in these festival grade 1 novice hurdles. Now, Willie Mullins had 2 of the winners. and the place the nice guy, and then he did Pounders last year. But I just think it's a massive ask considering the way this race is going to shape up. I'm expecting a very big field.
Right. You had 3 darts and you hit 5 with the 3 darts. Zeus Power, Road Exile, and Sortudo. If any of them win this race, I'll tell you what, you come to Dunchalclin for the night and I'll feed you with Guinness all night. There we go. They're massive price on the exchange, you know that, Tony? Massive.
Yeah.
170 Zeus Power.
Sortudo's 12 to 1.
Yeah, Sortudo was 16 to 1, Bet365. On the sheet, look, 16 to 1. Sortudo and Road Exile. Obviously, I see your point there, making the running, but very interesting. That's why you're Tony Keenan. That's why you do it. There's your 3 darts: Zeus Power, Road Exile, and Sortudo. Beat that, Stephen Cass.
Well, I kind of don't like these 3 short-priced ones. Tony's going first, so mine's a bit bigger on the exchange. No, he's right. This race is it's I can't say this, so I'm not going to say it. It's a race ripe for a boil over, right? No Drama Descent has actually beaten Notton, and Mighty Park has won a maiden hurdle. Now, they might go and do it, fair enough. But these are the kind of races you can get something to come from nowhere. And the one I've been back and tipping away at on the exchange is Cocktail Brute, Gordon's. So he beat Kilcannon 9 lengths. Kilcannon's a good horse. I don't think he's ran since. He beat Blake, and we all know how good Blake is. Beat him ahead in the Royal Bond. And then he was wrong at Leopardstown at Christmas. He practically pulled up, right, completely wrong. And they brought him back, and I'm sure they're reminding him. This is the kind of horse would have gone for the Martin Pipe back in the day. And he was only 6.5 lengths behind Talk to Talk. Now, you're all telling me that horse is some kind of world beater. He has to go up and trip, like he's a point-to-point winner. So up and trip, you're getting 300 to 1 on the exchange. He's a very good horse. So Cocktail Brute wins the whatever it's called. Jeno, these horses win these races all the time. Like, you can stand there tipping your Nicky Henderson 5 to 4 shots in Arkles and say that you're talking about them. They're 6 to 1 in September.
220 to 1 on Betfair.
Yeah. Will you have another tenner on for me there?
Cocktail Brute. Definitely Cocktail Brute, yeah?
Yeah, that's the right one. Am I mixing them up with Cocktail Divan?
No.
The good horse that won the... No, I'm joking.
I'd say Cocktail Divan now is as much a chance as he does in the Turners. Okay, Cocktail Brute at a whopping 220 on the exchange.
You could, like Tony's point that this is right for a boil over, you could have a 5 or a 10 on all the rags. You might get, to win 1,000, it might cost you 100 that you think there's going to be a boil over. I think there's going to be a boil over as well. I agree with Tony.
Okay. So the 4 tips so far are Zeus Power, Road Exile, Sortudo, and Cocktail Brute.
We're not saying it's 4 tips, right? Like,
sorry.
You don't have 4 bloody stakes on them. You have 4 quarters on them. You don't expect anyone to plough into the 200 to 1 shots. Well, you can if you want.
No, don't worry.
But
They won't.
You know what I mean?
Definitely won't.
I know they won't, but
They look like a fine, well-educated audience that are just thinking about just leaving now. Mikey, I was going to say, Mikey, I'm relying on you now to bring this back to reality.
I'm going for Sortudo each way, and Cooper told me your man is flying Shuttle Diplomacy, him each way as well.
Okay, Shuttle Diplomacy is interesting. I was on a preview with Charles Burns, who tipped this for this race. He thinks he's got a great chance, Shuttle Diplomacy.
If he produces his run there last year in Cheltenham, and the Coopers can get him there in good health, and he's a right chance, yeah.
Okay, and Sortudo, why do you like him?
He ran a blinder. Tony's spot on. Willie's weren't really, firing when he ran, really, like the Christmas, and he ran a cracker. And Patrick gave him a great ride. I know Stephen doesn't agree, but
Patrick gave what a great ride?
Sortudo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I know he did, in fairness.
He gave him a great ride that day, and he just Declan Quealy's, you know what I mean. It's going to be hard to do that what he did in Nace on Quealy's horse, like in Cheltenham. So.
Okay, lovely. That's Sortudo and Shuttle Diplomacy at a nice juicy price as well. Shuttle Diplomacy at the moment, if you with Bet365, he is about 25 to 1. Shuttle Diplomacy. Right, Gary, you're up.
Yeah, I'm with the lads. This is going to be a boil over as well. I reckon Hurricane Pat at 50's non-running out bet. It's his only entry. I don't think that was his running in Haydock against All Park Star. If you look at the form book with Soldier Reeves, it's it was definitely not his run. He looked an absolute weapon when he slammed that horse at Sandown. I think this step up and trip, he'll like it. And he's 50-1, so it's not going to cost you a lot to find out if he is a decent stick.
Hurricane Pat are keeping the faith after being beaten by Old Park Star. So Hurricane Pat. So we'll add Hurricane Pat to Cocktail Brute, Sortudo, Road Exile and Zeus Power. Sounds like a race in Clonmel. David Mullins, come on. I'm relying on you now. I'm relying on you. Don't succumb to this nonsense.
I was actually good at somebody had already said Sartudo, and the first person up said it, so I didn't realise he was that sort of price. It's where I'll be running straight.
He's a
to the
good. Do you think
bookies
he's
tomorrow.
a real good horse?
Oh, he's a proper horse. Yeah, what he done to I sort that last year in a bumper was unreal. Best bumper performance I seen last year was in Fairy House. Horses weren't right, I don't think, in Naas in middle of January. So running straight out to back him.
Do you think he'll definitely run here? Because obviously they could have Mighty Park, they could have King Rascal Grey, who's much shorter in the market. So could he go maybe to the Albert Bartlett or anything? No.
I don't think so. I don't know.
And you think he's
no,
just
no bet.
a real good horse?
I think he's one of
No bet anyway.
Yeah.
I think he's with his best novice hurdler this year.
Wow, there we go. That's Sortudo. Willie Mullins' best novice hurdler this year, according to David Mullins. Clip that. Dermot.
I don't think people do realise that like Mighty Park is trying to do something that like 543 is the last horse to do what Mighty Park's trying to do, and that was back in 2008. Like there's been 6 horses come to the Turners with one run over the last 15 years, and every one of them have been beaten completely out of sight. It's just very hard to do. Like even like Copic the Board has an easier task than what Mighty Park is trying to do, because at least we know that Copic the Board has handled Cheltenham before. We don't even know whether Mighty Park can do that. I've no doubt he's a very talented horse, but God, I just think you'd want to be mad to be taking a short price about him at Cheltenham on his second ever start. I'm torn here between a horse that I've already backed in Active Innocence. I'm on him a bigger price. I'm a big fan of him. I thought he was very good at Huntington. Sinatra back in third, has won again since already, and I just thought Active Innocence was given an educational ride that day as well. I just thought he was quite good. The time before he was beaten by Manila Yoga, but he'd given that horse about, was it £20 he tried to give him or something like that, or something crazy. I think he's very smart, but the closer I'm getting towards this race, I'm not a man for favourites, but I sounded like it tonight. I think No Drama Descend is just really good. And I've literally, how I tend to do my year is I kind of build up horses I'm following all year, and then I examine them over the last 2.5 weeks, and I go back through it all. And I actually just think he's been really good. You can also mark up the Cello, because he actually looked tired at the end of it, because he had such a busy time of it. He wasn't meant to run in that Sandown race before. Paul Townend was trying to front load. Sorry, Paul Nichols. Paul Townend wasn't that much with him. But Paul Nichols was trying to front load all of his experience. I am starting to get kind of confident that if Mighty Park runs here, goes off favourite, No Drama Descend is second favourite, I just think 7-2 is a really good price for a horse that's done so much. He has Cheltenham experience. He's so talented. For all the talk of the rest of them blowing out, No Drama Descend hasn't shown a second of blowing out in any race that he's ran in. He's really straightforward, and I understand backing outsiders. I'll never question anyone at the odds the lads are putting them up. But No Drama Descend has looked really good, and the form can be questioned or whatever else, but the form can be questioned all around. He's done more than all of these, and I'm on Active Innocence. I hope he wins, but No Drama Descend is, I'm starting to get kind of confident on him.
I think with No Drama Descend, I think because there's been the few
Denman talk early as well.
Well, no, not even the Denman talk, but I think the Brave Man's Game, getting beaten in the race, he's had so many that have won the Shallow and got onto this race and been beaten, and I think he's actually a bigger price because of that. But you have to remember, Brave Man's Game, I know Gallard de Menil was second, was beaten by Bob Ollinger, so it was a fair Turners on that occasion. I'm a bit like you. I think he's a real good horse. I thought he worked quite well in Kempton as well, and we don't know what Mighty Park is going to do, but I think No Drama Descend is very solid. Just to let you know, so it's now obviously Thursday evening, and it is the 26th of February for anybody watching. So these are the exchange prices at the moment for Mighty Park. He's 8.8 for the Turners, which is 7-1 or just over 50-2. But he's 9.2 for the Supreme. So it's not, I know he was 16 yesterday, so the move has come for the Supreme, but it's not absolutely collapsed, making you think the decision is definitely made. So if you are on either race with Mighty Park, the Supreme or the Turners, I think you're still holding a life, because I'd say that probably the decision hasn't been made yet, judging by those prices on Betfair. And I have a feeling a few of the JP decisions are going to be left till pretty late. So that's Mighty Park in the Turners. I'm with No Drama Descend. So is Diarmid. Sortudo is the one I probably took from that, and I'm sure you did as well. David and Mikey are pretty keen on Sortudo. And the other big prices that were mentioned, and I'm sorry, at big prices, you're never wrong, because these are massive prices. These are life-changing prices. Zeus Power, Road Exile, and Cocktail Brute, and Hurricane Pat for Gary as well. So there you go. That is the Turners, which descended into farce there for a second. But I think we've ended on the right note with no drama this end. Okay, moving on to the Brown Advisory Novices Chase. At the moment with Bet365, Romeo Coolio is your 3-1 favourite, non-runner, no bet, which is interesting because if he did run, it would be interesting to see would he go off favourite. Final Demand 7-2. Can he restore his reputation? K.E 4-1. The Big Westerner 9-2. Western Fold 7-1. Wendigo 7-1, and it's 8-1 bar. Shh. Okay, Diarmuid Nolan, Brown Advisory. This is set up for a Diarmuid Nolan masterpiece. Take it away.
I was thrilled to see that rain, actually, that Tony mentioned from our Norwegian friends. The Big Westerner at 9-2, I think, is a proper bet. I think she's an absolute monster. She gets questioned at times, like, I've seen people saying the last few days that her prep hasn't been ideal because she hasn't run since Christmas. This is what Henry de Bromhead does. He doesn't run them after Christmas, pretty much his better horses. Both of his winners at Cheltenham Festival last year, both of them went straight from Christmas. Henry de Bromhead, in fact, in non-handicaps with horses that only have one run between November and March, so basically one run in the month of December, he's a 20% win rate and a 40% place rate with those horses. So when a horse doesn't actually run afterwards, his better ones, they actually have, like, their chances improve. He's one of the few trainers who does this. He just runs them at Christmas, keeps them back, and they absolutely ripe. Last season, she ran a blinder in the Albert Bartlett. That was a really good run. She was very unlucky with Jasmine DeVoe. Wendigo is behind her that day. Mashan 2's behind her. She has them well beaten. She gets beaten for speed at the end. This season, her chasing has been really, really good. Like, Jimmy Desai beat her. He's gone wrong since. People use that form to beat her as well. But, like, in third that day was Joystick, and in fourth was Jacob's Ladder. They've done a lot for that form since. Last time at Limerick, brilliant ride from Mike O'Connor. Beats Jade de Grugy. She's a proper mare. This race has an awful lot of horses in it. Final Demand, he's too soft. I can't have him. Romeo Coolio's favourite there. I don't get that really, but he's not going to go here anyway. K. Doughty was very good, but I think flattered a tiny bit because Final Demand was beaten up. Western Fold definitely flattered that day. Wendigo would be my eye to her biggest threat here, but I think the Big Western are going from the front. I think she's going to take the world of stopping. Dara O'Keefe absolutely adores her as well, and I think they're a match made in heaven. I know Mike O'Connor rode her last time, but Dara O'Keefe rides her very well. And I do think the Big Westerner takes an awful lot of stopping 9-2. Yeah, I think she wins.
Boom. There you go. And it was Dara O'Keefe's charity bet at the preview night I was at last night as well. So that is the Big Westerner. Diarmuid is extremely keen on her at 9-2. David, can you make head nor tail of this? Should we be forgiven Final Demand?
I won't. No, he's a fair horse, but no, he's kind of a horse. It doesn't strike me as a Cheltenham horse. He's huge. Like, I'd say he has his problems as well, and he just wouldn't be for me around Cheltenham ever. The Big Westerner, massive fan of her. I've lost too much money to back her, but she'd be my idea of. I've lost too much money backing her to back her again. So, yeah.
Big Westerner though. Yep. Brilliant. Gary, what have you cooked up for us here?
No, I won't be getting involved in this race. It's just very hard and very ground dependent. Big Western will go close if it's heavy. K.E as well needs heavy ground. With Digo was probably the most bomb-proof. He'll be bang there. Nice prep and stuff like that, but I won't be getting too
I hope I haven't knocked your confidence now. I was
Shattered-
only having a bit of
shattered my
crack.
confidence. Shattered my confidence.
I was only having a bit of crack. I'm sure Hurricane Pat has a great chance. Okay, it's only just this race.
You don't need to bet in every race.
It's a coincidence that this race came up next. It's not me knocking your confidence. Good, phew. Okay, Mikey, Brown Advisory.
I'm a tying. Romeo Cooley probably won't run, I don't think, and it's a toss of a coin between Final Demand and the Big Westerner for me. And I just to be different, I'm going to go for Final Demand. Just the boys to just get him back fresh and just to do the Big Westerner for a little bit of class from the start of the turning, I think. Townend, it's a Thursday. Boys usually get going there at the end of the week, Willie and Paul. And
It's Wednesday.
Sorry.
Potato.
You said it was Thursday there about 10 minutes ago.
Did I?
remember? You did, yeah.
Did I? Sorry, my
was-
fault.
You said tonight was Thursday about the prices.
Which?
You said about the prices were Thursday. You didn't say that this was Thursday.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
sorry. But I'm going to go.
Oh, I did.
Look at.
Yeah. You're wrong. I was on about for the telly
Oh, I know,
people.
I know. Final demand for me, Dave.
Right.
Final demand, yeah.
Final demand. There we go. Mikey is in a forgiving mood tonight for final demand. Stephen Cass, I have a feeling now the last thing you would possibly do would be forgive final demand, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I don't. Like, he didn't get up the hill last year. He's by walk in the park anytime he's been under pressure. No, I wouldn't like him. Did Darrow keep saying about Cocktail Divan last night? Now, I know he wants him to run the handicap, obviously.
Yeah.
But Henry indicated the week before they'd go Brown advisory, so...
Yeah, absolutely. He's obviously... And I did ask him the question, if the both of them ran, who would he ride in the race? And he said, look, it'd be very hard to get off the mare. But I think the way he was talking makes me think that he does really think Cocktail Divan, is it, or Divan? Cocktail Divan is a proper Grade 1 horse. He thinks he is. I just think the fact that he's rated 149 and he only got 150, I think everybody was shocked, because I think they thought he'd get £4 or £5. He's only got £1, so their hand might be forced into the handicap. What do you think?
I thought his jumping display at Leopardstown was just unbelievable. People raving about final demand at Navan. I thought this was every bit as good. He reminds me a bit of Allaho, and kind of reminds me a bit of Allaho. Will he stay in the Brown advisory? But he's 14 to 1 non-runner, no bet. He'll only run it if it's good, and he'd be 5 to 1 or whatever. So the 14 to 1 non-runner bet's huge. So yeah, I'd be on him. Maybe he won't run. Maybe he'll go to handicap. And the one I'd be all against is Kate Doughty. If you watch back the Turners last year, he disgraced himself as well now.
I'd say he wasn't right, though.
Why would they run
There's
him?
no price up on the website for K. Dahi.
He's kind of 8 to 1 or whatever. He's 4 to 1 here, not running a bet. But he's
Do you want me to do something about
I'd say
it?
it's your app.
Maybe it's my phone.
If you turn on and off your phone, Mikey, and reboot. But he did disgrace himself, and he even jumped the first fine and then started tearing the head off himself. And I just put a line through any horse that does misbehaves at Cheltenham until they behave again. But he'd be gone for me now.
Right. Okay. So you're with Cocktail Diving for Stephen. 10 to 1 with Bet365. Non-runner, no bet. Tony.
Yep.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, slightly stronger opinion here.
Yes, here we go. Here we go now.
Slightly. Bit like the Arkle. Think there are a lot of 2.5 mile horses in this. Western Fold, possible stretch by this trip. Kitzbühel the same. Cocktail Divan if he turns up. Kate Doughty the same. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure the Big Westerner wants this trip. She travelled really well in the Albert Bartlett last year. So I'm with two kind of really strong stayers in this. I backed Oscar's brother already. I'm glad to see they're confirmed him for the race yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of the right attributes for this if it turns into a slog. Loads of experience, very good attitude. He would prefer soft ground, but he has plenty of form going back winning on a nice kind of surface. I thought his Navan run, while look, some of the ones behind weren't maybe seeing the best effect. He was visually very good. Coming off 2.5 months of a break, he was giving them all weight. So yeah, I think if he has a right chance. And the other one, I actually thought Wendigo in the Albert Bartlett last season might have been the second best horse. He got a really nasty bit of hampering down the inner and finished off well. And as I think it was Gary said there, like he's a lovely prep into it. I thought Kempton was way too sharp for him at Christmas, and just won really well there the last day. So yeah, I backed Oscar's brother and I'm planning him back on Wendigo too. Brilliant.
So Oscar's brother 10 to 1 and Wendigo for Tony at 7 to 1. Stephen is with Cocktail Diving. Mikey's with Final Demand. Gary, no real strong opinion. David, you're with the Big Westerner, were you in the end? Yep. The Big Westerner, and Dermot is very, very keen on the Big Westerner in the Brown Advisory. Moving on to the big one on Wednesday, Mikey. It is the Champion Chase, and Majbur is your 13 to 8 favourite. Marine National 9 to 4. Elete Toms is 13 to 2. Loda Sud 7 to 1, and it's 12 to 1 bar. Tony Keenan, what are your thoughts on Majbur?
Thought he might have raced in the right part of the track at Leopardstown the last day. I think that kind of more middle route was working out well there for horses during the DRF for whatever reason. So it maybe made him look a little bit better than he is, but very good in the clock. If the cheek pieces are the solving of him, look, he'll probably go and win. But I just would like to see it again, because he put in 3 or 4 fairly patchy jumping performances the 3 or 4 starts before that.
Do you think Marine National could reverse that form?
I think he could, but I thought he'd drift a little bit more off the back of been beaten by, 10, 12 plus lengths. Like, I don't think there's any juice really in either of the races, and consequently, I'm probably going to sit it out.
You're going to sit this one out, the Champion Chase. Stephen, the one horse I think that's guaranteed to run his race is Loda Sud. I think he's not got the class of Majborough, but I think he's going to jump and travel and will be tuned to the minute for this race. I cannot see Loda Sud finishing out of the first three. What do you like?
I kind of agree with you. Like Majborough, I'd nearly rather he did clatter a couple, and you might back him here at 6 or 7 to 1. He's not a horse I ever want to back short, even though he's the best horse in the race. Marine National has cocked his jaw, flashed his tail, and still managed to win twice at Cheltenham. He's hardly going to get lucky at third. And he might, but there's definitely a kink in him, and we didn't get to see him in a battle up the hill last year. So I'm with you. I think fresh as paint is the way to go with Loda Sud, and I thought to Schlor, his jumping was absolutely sensational, of course, in distance. The way it's going, if he gets soft ground, he'll have an absolutely great chance. He'd probably run to mid 160s, and that can easily win you one. So I'd kind of be with you with Loda Sud, but not that strong, you know.
Yeah, Loda Sud, a 7 to 1 shot. Mikey, Majborough, is he the real deal?
There's definitely, I would think there's more of a kink in Marshborough than Marine National. Anyway, 3 cheek pieces on Marshborough. Marshborough or Marine National will win this and win it well if the ground is all right. Yeah, I can't see it. So he bolted up last year. He's been there twice before, and he's a Supreme winner, Queen Mother winner, and I love Barry Conlon when he talks him up to the last. It's great. It's great.
We need more of it, don't we?
Yeah, it's funny. Like it's funny. The man pays for the whole thing himself. Doesn't care what anyone thinks. The steely confidence he has. I don't think Willie Mullins has it. Do you know what I mean? Jim Bulger has it, I think, actually. Yeah. But he's great for the game, and fair play to him, and I'll be shouting for Flanagan and Barry for that one. Yeah.
Stephen is questioning Marine National's attitude.
No, I don't know how you can question that. I think he's
like, in fairness to Supreme, he didn't do it, but he has definitely flashed his tail and cocked his jaw.
He's never done it at Cheltenham, not once.
Well, we didn't see it with Calixios last year, in fairness.
He went by fast.
He was going to win, though. He was going to win well, and he bolted up Punchestown, and he'd be some spin. I'd say some spin as a jockey in Marine National.
Marine National from Mikey to go back to back. The last back-to-back winner of the Champion Chase was
Altior.
I actually don't know the answer.
Was that it was Altior, wasn't it?
Was it? Did he win too? Yeah.
Altior,
An argument.
Energumene. Wow. Energumene. There we go. I knew that. Gary, Champion Chase. Are we forgetting about horses like Elete Toms? Could Elete Toms be one to kind of jump back into life here now?
No, it was a bad fall he had now. I don't even think he'll line up here, will he? Can't be having him. Majborough, if he runs the same way he done in the DRF, nothing will touch him here. That was one of the most impressive performances since the inception of the DRF. To keep that going on that ground, I thought was unreal. And with Cass, Marine National has a hole in him. That Barry Connell, he is responsible for putting so many boys away. If you listen to an interview before a race, he fancies every single horse he runs. It's a joke. He's only 3 from 9. The way he goes on, it's like he's Arkle.
Yeah, but 3 from 9 for a trainer, that's a
from
fair
9,
effort.
But 2 of those runs, his nearest competitor fell. And I don't think that was still a race last year. I think he might have dogged that up the hill. So I can't have him. Majborough, if he runs to the DRF form, nothing will get close to him here. Quixilios will run onto a place, so at the prices for a place better.
Are you a price-sensitive punter? Would you back Majborough 13 to 8?
I'd probably want bigger, slightly bigger.
Slightly bigger.
I think it will on the day as well.
Lovely. Majborough 13 to 8 is going to win, according to Gary Connolly. Davo?
I think Majborough will break fences again this year. He'll still be there, turning in all right like he was last year. Definitely the best horse, but he will break fences.
But apparently he jumps brilliantly at home, like absolutely amazing, like nothing you'd ever see when he's schooling at home.
Mikey just shook his head.
That's not true. Any trainer that tells you that
Wasn't the trainer.
Nicky Henderson
no,
especially.
Again, that's not true. Like jockey.
It was the
there's a
jockey
reason
who
Paul
rode him.
Townend rides the best horses. Like he's not going to this. That's just that is something that you guys write. That is absolute Codswallop. I didn't curse. Is it a curse?
No, Codswallop's all right. Yeah, Codswallop's all
I
right.
copied that off the great Ted Walsh. Codswallop, isn't it?
Great word, actually.
Yeah, but that is so untrue.
what
Like,
do you
I
mean,
have never
Mikey?
sat on a horse where I went, wow, this is some leper, and went out in a race and he was horrendous. Or vice
But sure, he's not horrendous, though.
He is.
His jumping in Leopardstown
I-
was the, according to the jumping index, this new technology. It was one of the great.
I went off track there. I was talking about in general there now. You know, but he wouldn't be great now. He wouldn't be the best times. You know, Mark's done a great job on him. Like,
Can we ask Mikey? You were down in Willie's a lot, David, as well. They always say they don't do much schooling.
they do, yeah.
Yeah.
They do school, yeah.
They used to say that. We used to hear that
No,
all.
They
the
used to always say that, didn't they?
overrated. No,
They
Patrick
used to do
school.
much
They
more.
do a good bit, but you want their wits about you know. David got left behind once or twice there. Patrick had to have a word with him. David, we don't school like this here.
And he's sitting on Undersow or something, yeah.
Yeah, you probably were. Anyway.
I only jumped up for the good ones, all right.
Yeah.
So, Dave, you're taking on Majborough.
Yeah. No, yeah, sorry. Taking on Masborough. Probably with a Lede Thomas, though. He's some little horse. Yeah. I don't know if he runs here, does he?
I don't
Seemed
know.
like he was.
Yeah. I don't know. Why wouldn't he?
Patrick,
Why
Patrick
wouldn't
seemed
he?
to be saying recently he put him up, I think, Patrick did.
Yeah, any particular reason why he wouldn't? I don't think so.
Yeah. Mikey, you done some injustice to Jim Bulger, saying you're like Barry Connell. Jim Bulger is a legend
meant
of our sport. Like.
Steely confidence. Stop. No, David. Only making rumours, please. I compared their
Making
steely
rumours, he
confidence.
said.
What's the proper term for Barry's job? A stockbroker or financial?
Yeah, he was an investor. And
yeah.
fair play, like, what a
Yeah,
man.
what-
To
Unreal.
to make money himself and set it all up himself. He's
See
an
them lads-
incredible man.
You see them lads walking down Baggett Street, like, you know, and and then he goes and trades a Supreme and a Queen Mother, and riding in bumpers at 50.
With that haircut as well.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Barry's comments when he comes out real positive, David? What do you make of it?
Sure, leave him do whatever he wants. Well, yeah, maybe other people listen to it. I don't think people in racing really listen to it.
Okay.
Well,
In the industry, yeah, of course you do.
I don't have any social media, and it makes my feed.
Mikey,
on
you
the
put
ra-
your name to nothing either. You're not down as a trainer. You're not down as a jockey anymore. You're not down to buy horses anymore. What do you do?
This panel was
You're
stuck.
not really.
I'm the Racehour panelist. That's the now. Substituted back in now, and he thinks he can walk all over it.
Dermot, Majborough, play or lay?
I would be neither, but just I'd be against him. I was this horse's biggest fan, and then I kind of hated him. I do think the jumping's still an issue. I think last time that race was like just worked out beautifully for him. Solness soaked. He had it out in front. Marie Nationale made that awful kind of error. I do not agree though that Marie Nationale has a hole in him at Cheltenham. It just all comes together from here. He does not have a hole in him. He went by Facile Vega and battled him all the way up the run in. I do think he was going to beat Calixios as well. 9-4. If the ground was better, I'd back him on the day. I think he's just a much better horse at Cheltenham. Everywhere else doesn't really like Leopardstown. He's never acted there either, really. If I was going to back one, if there was any sort of strength behind Calixios at all, I think that was a very big run last year. I just think Majborough, this is the same course and distance that Majborough made an absolute hames of last year. So it's hard to, I think taking 13-8 on him is tough. He's really talented, but he does still have those jumping errors on him, in him. So I'd be Marie Nationale with a small mention for Calixios, but that's all depending on how the market kind of receives him.
Brilliant. So let's go across the line. Dermot is with Marine Nationale. Dave, you're with Elete Thomas?
Yep.
Gary?
Majborough.
Majborough. Mikey?
Marine Nationale.
Stephen?
Lad of Sud.
And Tony?
No.
Nothing.
Nilpois. There we go. That is the Queen Mother Champion Chase. And the final race we're going to look at on Wednesday is the Weatherby's Champion Bumper. Love Sign Danu, 4-1 after that. Pretty impressive performance at Naas. The Irish Avatar, who's had his form, Frank Since, by low kick, is 7-1. Keep Him Company looks so good at Leopardstown last time, is 9-1. Curran is 9-1. Bass Hunter 10-1. and it's 12-1 bar. Shh. We're nearly at the interval. We're nearly there. Nearly part one is coming to a conclusion soon enough. We've only 2 more races before the interval. What are you hearing in Cloysutton about these bumper horses, boys? At the moment, when you look at that, the Irish Avatar 7-1, Love Sign Danu 4-1. David, who do you think Patrick will ride?
The Irish Avatar.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Is that breaking news again, or is it?
No.
Okay, why do you think he'll ride the Irish Avatar?
That win in
Navan.
was unbelievable. I thought Love Sign Danu. I thought he came up the straight on his own as well. I thought that was fairly good, but the rest of them walked through the wings of the last, so I didn't think that was good. And whatever horse was second, the Irish Avatar won 10 lengths the other day again.
Low kick, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Love Sign Danu is a big, huge horse as well. I think he could be too big. I know the Irish Avatar isn't small, but I think Patrick has he got beaten on a few horses that were possibly big chasers, lovely horses, and the smaller horses have come and beaten him. Fernie Hollow wasn't overly big. Bambino Fever. No, he wasn't. He wasn't as big as appreciated anyway. That's a fact.
16-3. I'll have €100 with you.
We had this.
We had this,
And I never got paid either.
Galloping Deschamps, wasn't it?
And I never got paid.
He's not a massive horse.
He's 16-3.
He's a high widder, right? But he's not a massive horse. Fernie Hollow was a bigger, stronger horse than.
When you start paying up for your bets, then I'll have bets with you again.
Who was right that time?
Me. The lad in the yard went and measured him the next morning, Adam Conley.
I wasn't there.
And he went.
I'll pay you that bet.
I bought bandages for him on the way up. I still haven't got
Fernie
paid.
Hollow, one of the greatest ever horses I rode.
I didn't knock him. I said he wasn't as big.
Well, he is big.
So are you, Mikey.
So you're with the Irish Avatar? Yeah. Just a line on the Irish Avatar. He beat Low Kick in that Navan bumper. Low Kick was very impressive at Days. I was working in Navan the day the Irish Avatar beat Low Kick. Low Kick lost his life at Navan. He started running around the stabling yard, and they had to actually bring him off and then bring him back again. So he was completely gone. If you remember, he's a massive drifter that day, Low Kick. So just if you're reading the form literally with the Irish Avatar and Low Kick, I wouldn't just a pinch of salt, even though I agree with you, David, he's a hell of a horse, the Irish Avatar. But just if you're reading the form literally, Low Kick completely lost the plot before that race at Navan, and I'd say he was much better, much easier to handle at Naas. So just be a little bit wary. That's my only concern. Dermot?
I have no opinion. Bumpers at all. No opinion.
No opinion. Okay, there we go. Gary?
I like Metz Censure here for Dan Skelton.
Beautifully pronounced, I have to say.
Thank you.
Give us that again.
Metz de Chanteur, maybe. Yeah.
Made de Chanteur? Yeah. Why?
French form is serious French
Oh
form.
yes, here we go. This is why he's here. This is your French connoisseur. Right, here we go. So French, yeah. I want to come to you. You better have your game face on for the Triumph Hurdle later on now.
He's come up with a serious reputation. He paid loads.
How much?
700 grand, I think.
Lovely.
This was the billionaire couple, was it? The
Like she won in a country track at a prize on a debut event. She came second in a grade 2. The winner's gone on to win a grade 1 since, and then she hacked up by 8 lengths on the bridle in a grade 2 on her last start over there in Lyon. She's going to get bucket loads of weight. She's a 4-year-old mare, so I think she's getting 17 pounds off most of the field here, and yeah, serious engine. Apparently she's working well there, so yeah, really like her.
He's back, isn't he? He's back. We questioned him there for about half an hour.
He had me till I heard Leon. Leon! That's how we go on holidays. Oh, God.
What's wrong with Leon?
Missed that one. He's bumping Leon, did he?
Leon.
I don't know if any champion bumper horse came out with Leon.
710 grand.
Ah, sure, look, that doesn't matter.
Mikey, what? How? 710 grand, like.
Oh, he obviously is a nice horse now.
That must mean the talk is worth about 24 million.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not. I've had to think about Talk to Talk. Talk to Talk isn't a chaser, like, I don't think.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. No.
Right, we come back here in a year's time when he's
Out
favourite
of
for the
Joseph
Arkle.
O'Brien. Well, maybe he is. Maybe I don't think Joseph owned him, so I'm not doing Joseph any harm. But I don't think he'd be a chaser. Was he a flat horse?
No.
No.
Is he flat pedigree? But
He was
where
born
did
in
he come
Derby.
from?
He was
So his
born.
first run is for Joseph O'Brien
Yeah.
as a maiden hurdler.
Four-year-old.
Yeah.
Guarantee he's not. Well, maybe.
He didn't have like a juvenile. He didn't have a juvenile season, like yeah.
He's by born to
He
see,
doesn't
Mike.
look like the.
Yeah, you're right. I know what you're saying. He's by born to see, though.
By born
So,
to
so
see
he is
now.
a flat. Right, okay.
No, and you know what? You could be right, Mike.
not a chaser.
Stuart Crawford ran him in a bumper first time out.
Yeah.
And not a pint.
They don't lie times. You just don't lie.
In fairness to Mikey, now he's
I
fairly.
You're on the ball tonight.
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah, he was being
I
questioned.
rode those yokes, not him now, but 7 or 8 down the Painting Ferry House now, I tell you one thing. And you, boom, boom. That's what that's like.
What was
They
the
don't, they don't win grade ones over
What's
it.
the bump for?
The
On your
orange board.
forehead.
You know that orange board that's that height?
Oh, yeah.
But the birch is that height.
Oh, that's the bump that you were doing
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right.
It's
I didn't know
whiteboard
what
now, isn't
type
it?
of
It's white now,
extracurricular
well,
activity
yeah.
you were doing there. So that what were we talking about there?
Leon.
Leon,
yeah.
back to the bumper, May Centure. So would you be advising people now to take this 12-1? Like, could this be a massive plunge?
No, it's kind of it's a UK horse, like, isn't it? So
Yeah.
they're not usually fancy. I think she'll go off bigger, but yeah, I think she's a serious horse.
Serious filly. Okay, that is
Philly as well.
French,
good
former
pepper.
French, now with Dan Skelton, Mete Centure, who was bought for 710 grand. Mikey, do you like getting in this bumper?
Love signed Danu. I rode the Irish Avatar. I only cantered him now, but I did. I just said this guy's got something. He was. He has a chance, I'd say. But I don't know. I think Patrick's sweet on the favourite, and my brother sold with no limit now. If the season hasn't taken too much out of him there, he's a chance. He's an each-way chance. He's a good horse. Yeah, he won a point
With
fine for
no
us.
limit, maybe at a bit of a price. But Mikey is with love sign Danu.
Yeah.
Stephen,
I'll skip it, DJ.
skipping the bumper. Tony,
Yeah, I'm still picking myself at the floor. That thing at the bottom cost 710 grand. Like I just the maths don't add up. I think what you said makes sense. I backed Martin Brazel's horse around Christmas time, but he was a little bit disappointed at the up.
which one?
It's only a game. He blew his top though a little bit. I think pre-race, and thought Gleeson kind of rode him with the next day in mind. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran better on better ground. And the other one that I give a small bit of a life to was the one that Colin Keane seems to be booked to ride, the Morn Rambler. I thought he did it quite nicely at Christmas. Travelled nicely, found plenty late. Half decent horse after coming out winner that out of Africa. Gavin Cromwell's the 5th, so wouldn't be surprised if he got into the mix either.
Yeah, that's the Moore and Rambler. I spoke to Colin yesterday, I think, and said he rode him in a piece of work. He said he's a pretty quick horse. He said he'd definitely win flat races. Said a couple of things with the Moore and Rambler. Finishing speeds were very good, and his time was really good that day at Leopardstown. 5th horse out of Africa's won since. The horse who he ran against in a point-to-point ran really well for Dan Skelton in a bumper at Kempton as well last Saturday. So the Moore and Rambler is a horse who could go off much shorter than he is at the moment. He's not on your sheets there, but I think he'll go off a good deal shorter. He could go off a single-figure price. The Morn Rambler in the bumper. Let's move on to Thursday. We're going to preview 2 races before the break. It is the it is the Stayers Hurdle. Sorry. The Stayers Hurdle.
Bet365 Stayers Hurdle.
Yeah. And these are Bet365 prices, the best in the business. Tiupu is your 13-8 favourite. Honesty Policy 4-1. Cabrel de Matan, who's going here now, is 4-1. Bob Ollinger 5-1. Mashan 7-1. And it's 14-1 bar. Mikey, kick us off with your Stayers Hurdle winner for 2026.
The one race you've asked me first.
Just thought,
Bob
I thought
Ollinger.
it suited
Ground
you.
is good. Bob Ollinger, yeah. I think Henry will tune him up, and he seems like a horse that's just aging well.
You love Bob. You every
I
year
do.
this show you
I
love the
saw
horse.
him one day in Monk's Grange.
too. He's
No,
won
he
every year.
loves him though. Yeah.
Yeah, he won. I seen David Roach sitting on his tail one day working in Monk's Grange, and I said, "That is some horse," and he turned out to be what a horse. So he is some
I
horse.
asked Henry that question there recently. He said he's like the best workhorse. Like, not now, he's obviously an older horse, but he said he's the best workhorse he's ever had. Took him away to Tipperary one day for a piece of work, and he just beat everything out the gap. And even the year he won his bumper in Gorham Park, he worked him with all the Cheltenham horses before he ran at Gorham Park. And apparently beat the lot of them, like he was in the middle of them and then just went past them. So he's obviously been a brilliant horse. But what a horse he's been, Mikey.
Yeah, he ran into a fair horse in the Gorham Park maiden hurdle though.
He did.
For that time of the
A
year.
big horse as well.
Yeah.
Massive horse. Isn't it?
Fernie Hollow.
For one of Willie's to beat him in October just shows you how the engine that had.
Fernie Hollow could have been anything, couldn't he?
Oh, I rode him most days. Some engine. Oh, just gallop through a wall for you.
Best horse you've ever sat on?
Gallop in the Shams. Yeah. He's just too much of a cool dude. Like, you know, just what
You rode him at Leopardstown in a race,
yeah,
didn't you?
but even at home and all, he's
Where'd
cool
he
dude.
finish?
Hold on, in Mikey's
on there.
defence, he was 100 to 1 that day.
Hold on, yeah, he was. Anyway,
Imagine that, he was 100 to 1 in any race. Hard to
that's
believe,
gotta
isn't
He
be
it?
a
missed a
champ.
bit.
I backed him.
He wasn't right. He was sick over Christmas, and it was his first run back. Yeah.
What you missed there was Stephen Cass saying he backed him at 100 to 1. Yeah, you were right, kind of.
Patrick told I didn't. Patrick knew he'd win the Martin Pipe. Do you know? And I just knew. I didn't that day. No,
Jerry
but,
Connolly did too.
you know,
But you're with Bob.
Bob, yeah.
Bob to do it again. I hope you're right. I think he's got a great chance. David?
Mashan too. I thought he was very impressive there the last day. Yeah, the way he hit the line, massive fan of it. I think the rest of them are getting a bit old. Honesty policy obviously isn't, sorry. But no, Mashan too. I thought the way he hit the line the last day was something to be noticed.
He's kind of, I suppose he's an up-and-comer that's getting better. That's kind of not getting much airtime, really, isn't he? Like, he, as you say, he was very impressive
Well,
last
it was
time.
his first run out of a handicap the last day,
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, and I suppose women trainers, do they have a good record on it? Emma Lavelle, Rebecca
Well,
Curtis.
Paisley Park won it, yeah.
Yeah, Rebecca Curtis won it twice, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Going with
You
going with
may
Mashan
add
too.
Johnny Deneen's guest list, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that is the funniest thing I've heard on any podcast.
For any of you, I'm sure there's plenty that don't watch Up in the Ante, which is sponsored actually by Bet365, so I can talk about
You
it.
can, you're fine.
Yeah, Johnny was asked for his perfect preview night panel, and one of them was a trainer, and he said Rebecca Curtis, and
I love the way he told it.
and then kind of went on to make his point, and there was actually a bit that was cut out of that. Which really-
Ah, it's brilliant.
Don't tell anybody that. Yeah. Just didn't make the edit, unfortunately.
As for that man has to stay on, and some RD should get him or something like that. Or
Yeah.
someone.
He's legend. Yeah, legend. Yeah. He is the great man, Johnny Deneen. Now, where were we? We were with the Stayers Hurdle. You were with Mashan too, as a 7 to 1 shot. Gary, Stayers Hurdle.
I'm against the U-boat. He's way too short. It's a stronger race than it was last year, and he got beaten that. Bob Ollinger just slapped him out of the way last year. I think he'd probably do the same this year, but it's good ground. Probably just going to side with honesty policy. He's just a big improver, and the fact he's been put away since I thought it was a good run in Ascot. Bit of spring ground, he'll improve again. He's just a dour stayer. I think this will be right up his street, and 4 to 1 more than fair.
Yeah, he was certainly the one you would take out of that Ascot race. That is honesty policy, 4 to 1, Bet365. Dermot.
Yeah, it's funny. Teopu is kind of he's like a microcosm of the Gordon Elliott yard in that I don't think people realise actually how much Gordon Elliott's yard overall improves at the Cheltenham Festival for soft ground. Like over the last 10 years, if you took all of Gordon Elliott 200 odd runners on soft ground, he has a win percentage of 11%. But if you swap that to good to better than that, so good to soft, which would generally be, that drops to 6%. Teopu is very similar. So there's it goes like 6% to good to soft, 11% on soft to worse. So like Teopu represents that nearly perfectly. You know what I mean? As in Teopu's win chances increases dramatically when he's on soft ground, when it gets to better ground. I know he won a Christmas on better ground, but I'm not having that race at all. It just fell apart. I think Bob Ollinger was held about the back. I'd be quite keen on Bob here. On better ground, I'd be sticking with Teopu. On worse ground, I cannot have honesty policy for the life of me. There's no reason why he should turn that form around with Impose Trois. Impose Trois pulled himself up at the end, and that's when honesty policy. Impose Trois showed the last day behind Mashan 2 as well. He's a bit of a wrong un. When Mashan 2 went by him. Now, the thing about Mashan 2 though as well is that not been discussed about. He got £6 that day from Impose Trois on very bad ground. Impose Trois is just, when he gets to the front, he does try and pull himself up. I cannot have for the life of me honesty policy.
First run of the year, though.
Yeah, but still, it shouldn't have been as hard as it was to be making ground on those two horses, Strong Leader and Impose Trois. Again, I just, no. Cabral de Matan wasn't a stayer until I'd say Dan Skelton realised that there was no Willie Mullins horse here. Teopu on heavy ground. Anything better than that, Bob Ollinger, and just note that Gordon Elliott's horse's chances do decrease the actual better the ground is, and that's why he's buying a different type of horse, I'd imagine.
It's good stat, that, Mikey. Like, Dermot does pull these stats out. Like, that's an outrageous stat, isn't it?
He's out on his own on the stats.
The stat man.
He's the most knowledgeable man in this table, I think. No disrespect.
No, totally.
You're all very top men in your own field. But Dermot Nolan's getting the nod now.
Getting the nod. You're down to second, Gary. Stephen, Stairs Hurdle, 13-8 Tihupu. Are we taking him on?
I would, with no degree of confidence. I'd agree with Mashan too. I like the fact his Cheltenham form. He's a bit Paisley Park up through the handicaps, integrated company on the improve. He's up and coming horse. So I'd go Mashan too, but I've nothing interesting to say like Dermo.
No, I think that was very interesting. Mashan 2, 7-1, getting a lot of love. Very much fancied by Davy Russell as well as Mashan 2. Tony Keenan.
Yeah, same stat. The 20 horses in it, 10 of them are 9 or older, as David kind of said. A lot of older horses. I think I want to be with the young horse. Honesty Policy is one of them. Capital the Mathan's the other one. But I think Mashan 2's form at the track, I thought the last day was something different from him. He never looked as good as that, and I think they were quite worried about the ground going into it. I know he had the penalty, but I think the visuals and how strong he was, the line would say he's just improved. I suppose it's how good is Impostoire, how close did Impostoire come to the Ascot form. But he's pretty, except for Derry the Great ran kind of similar races, gives a little bit of solidity. I think he's a very solid each way bet.
And tell me this, Tony, there'll be people watching this now and people in the audience, and they'll be thinking 13-8 to Yupu, you know what you're going to get. He probably should have won the race more than once. He's been placed in it a couple of times. He won at Christmas. For a lot of people, he's rock solid. Do you think at 13-8 that he's just a ridiculous price, or do you think he actually is the most likely winner, but the price is putting you off?
Look, 13-8 is the bottom of the market there at the minute. Like I just can't see him. He's going to be bigger than that, and the ground is going to have a big impact on his chance. And I know it was quite nice ground at Leopardstown at Christmas. But he's an okay price. I don't think he's a terrible price. I think Honesty Policy's skinny enough. I think Cabral the Mathan's skinny enough going up and trip. But it's just the age factor's putting me off Tiupu, but he has been beaten in it a few times.
There we go. So, in a word, you're with Mashan 2. Stephen?
Mashan 2.
Mikey? Bob Ollinger. Bob Ollinger. Bob Ollinger?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Bob Ollinger.
Yeah, Bob Ollinger.
Gary?
Honesty Policy.
David?
Mashan 2.
And Dermot?
Tiupu if heavy, and Bob if better.
Bob, that is your Stairs Hurdle. Moving on to the Ryanair Chase, which is now actually the feature race on Thursday. It's in the 4 o'clock slot. It used to be, for those of you that didn't hear that are watching on YouTube, he said skip it. So, like, it's a tricky one because at the moment, we could have 2 runners. Fact of File is your 4-6 favourite. This is not or no bet. Gaelic Warrior is even money. So Fact of File could run the Gold Cup. Gaelic Warrior could run in the Gold Cup. John Bond 9-2 could skip it altogether and go back to the Melling Chase. Heartwood 6-1 will definitely run the race. That's why everybody's tipping him. Banbridge 8-1 could run in the Gold Cup. Romeo Coolio 8-1 definitely doesn't run here. Could run in the Arkle or the Brown Advisory, or else wait for Farius. Imperi Pass mightn't run here. Maybe he will. Elete Thomas will probably run the Champion Chase. Found 50 mightn't run here. Firefox will probably run the Gold Cup, and it's 25-1 bar. So, there we go. That is the Ryanair Chase. It is an absolute shambles this year. Nobody knows what.
It's every year.
No, it's not.
It is.
It was a very good race last year.
Shouldn't be in there.
Shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there at all. Dilutes the Gold Cup.
Yes.
No way should it be there. And fair play to O'Leary for sponsoring it, but absolute joke.
Give the money to charity.
Joke, like.
He doesn't even want to run his own horse.
Why you don't? What's wrong
Yeah.
with losing? What's wrong with getting to the last in the Gold Cup and finishing third, like in
Jenno,
his
you
best
got to
race?
make the case it should be there when it's about to rob us of a Gold Cup with Fact of File or Gaelic Warrior.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking the questions. I'm not answering them. But Mikey,
And he's a
you
really
can make your plea.
intelligent man, a great man. But he also said 5 days for Cheltenham and all. So, you know, we have to stand up for what we believe in as national hunt men.
So, what if?
Sir Nicky Henderson said 5 days too, like,
Yeah.
and then done a U-turn.
Yeah. If J. McManus is watching this, which he probably is, right? You have a minute now to tell J. McManus why he should run Fact of File in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Take it away. He's listening now.
He won the Irish Gold Cup, though. You know what I mean? And the Ryanair, he's won it last year, and he would like to win the Gold Cup again, and the Ryanair is no one's going to remember that in 10 years' time. Who won the Ryanair in 2026?
There you go.
Right, Mikey, right.
It's not a, like you don't, it's like 1,000 or the 100-meter sprint. Like they don't put a 900 or 90-meter sprint. Like, you know, no one.
That's right. That is right.
Oh, that's so good.
Do you know what? Here, we'll all make up this great excuse that he doesn't stay. He wasn't good enough. You know, it's all like we get ourselves caught up on. Oh, he doesn't stay. Like, but like to win the Gold Cup, you have to be the best horse. Like, people, we get
You
caught
have to
up.
stay too, though.
Of course, but we get way too caught up on this. Like, oh, 3 miles is squeezing them. This, like, and you know, I've seen these brilliant horses work over 2 miles that win 3 miles, and they'll beat the 2 milers because they're better horses.
Yes.
It's only make excuses so to keep the owners happy, the media, whatever like that. Like, you know, how many Faheen won a pint, but he won a champion hurdle, like, and David Mullins won on him over 3 mile, made the running on him, and he won a champion hurdle, like. So it just should be scrapped.
Should be scrapped. Do you want to give a selection? No. Are you just too annoyed?
No, I'm not annoyed. Like, and I look, I don't want to be getting bad publicity here or anything like that. But we're like,
There's always Aer Lingus or Qantas. Or
no, he's a great man. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic man. He keeps the industry going with another couple of guys. So fair play to him. But sure, I don't know. Back to file. Oh, Imperial passed. He's a fair horse. He's a fair horse.
No, he did ride it. No, he put him up the year. He put him up.
Yeah.
That was his nap too.
That was a clear sign, though, and I don't mind you putting them up, but that was a clear sign of somebody looking through a list and going, "Oh no! Oh Jesus, Imperial Pass in this race."
He's a fair horse, yeah.
Yeah, you like
Will he
Imperial
run?
Pass?
Will he? Yeah, I do. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
He was your workhorse for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a fair yoke now. He couple of little problems, but he's a big engine and he's a Grade 1 horse. I was chatting to someone there the other day, and he doesn't qualify for the national, though, unfortunately. Pity, because he's the best handicapped horse in the national. Like,
Wow, Imperial Pass.
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He's 154 or something, is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd pick up a couple of those that are 164. When he's right, I think.
yeah. He did remarkably well to win at Gorham
No,
Park.
another fair horse is the I Am Maximus. That is a fair horse. I rode that.
Different race.
That yoke. He's a fair yoke now. I used to ride work on him. He was heavy, see, and you know what I mean, but he's a fair horse too.
Anything else you want to throw out there?
No.
Who's going to win the Leyland Horn?
Have I done a job?
Do you fancy anything in this race?
Imperial Pass.
If he runs.
If he runs.
Imperial Pass. Steve-O, is there anything we can make head nor tail of here, or do we just have to wait and see what's actually going to run?
No, I think the biggest no-brainer, best mathematical bet you can do at Cheltenham is in this race. It's Mikey's horse, Imperial Pass. 10-1 non-runner bet. You have a chance, Factifile and Gaelic Warrior, do the right thing and go to the Gold Cup. What price is he then? 7-4, 2-1? He's rated 160, Mikey, by the way. He's not a 154 horse. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, he is a lot better than that. Like, he's a better horse than Hartwood. He'd probably pick him up and carry him, to be honest. Like, John Bond's had a hard time, and there's nothing else in the race. So if that happens, Imperial Pass is 7-4 twos, and Paul Townend's riding him, and you're on a great bet. And if it doesn't happen, and it's, let's say, just Factifile, Hartwood, and Imperial Pass, what price is he then? He's still 9-2 or 5-1.
He's still second favourite.
This
7-2 then, is he?
This price is bananas. And I don't see why they wouldn't run. They might as well. You can go to entry
They
as well.
did say
He's only had
entry,
one
didn't
run. Like, and he is a Cheltenham horse. He beat Gaelic Warrior in Turner's. He's a fantastic horse. I think he's the best horse in the race without the two, and everyone should be back in that 10-1. And even do it in doubles with the lads in the Gold Cup for the crack, because you'd have a great bet running in if you get the double bubble and they don't go. I've done that. It pays 56-1 and 70-something to 1 with the two buys for the Gold
Yeah,
Cup.
good shout. Yeah. No, in fairness, I can see where you're coming from there. That's Imperial Pass, 10-1 non-runner, no bet. There was a suggestion that he's going to go for the Melling Chase, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Tony, what do you think is going to happen here? Do you think either one of Factifile or Gaelic Warrior is going to run here?
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't have any opinion on the race beyond that. A very small field.
Have you any kind of gut feeling which one of Factifile or Gaelic Warrior will run here?
No, we should just look at the exchanges. Like, it seems to be fact failed, doesn't it? Like, yeah. Gaelic Warriors shortened up a little bit for the Gold Cup, so I'd say it's probably fact to fail. Yeah.
Isn't it? It's good though, isn't it? That like we don't know what's running because it kind of adds to the drama of the whole build up to Cheltenham. That a week and a half before the race that we don't know what's going to run.
Point. If this race wasn't on, sure, it wouldn't matter.
Isn't it good though that we don't know what's going to run, Tony?
I'm not going to bait. I'm not baiting.
Damn it!
No.
No, you're not biting.
I'm not baiting tonight. No.
Not biting.
No,
All right, okay.
There
You
is
must
a
be
brilliant
tired.
rant about it on our Twitter page.
No,
at Racehour.
I listened.
Yeah.
I thought we might get round 2 tonight.
No.
No. Okay. There we go. So you're with Imperial Pass. And you're kind of seeing the Imperial Pass.
Imperial Pass can see it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gary, come on, spice up this Ryanair Chase for me.
I'm with the man in the crowd. Skip it. It's like, whichever one runs wins. Gaelic Warrior factor foil. But yeah, I won't be looking too much into it, to be honest.
Okay. David, come on, give me something.
Fact to fail is running here.
He is running here.
Yeah.
Breaking news again, or is it?
That's I can't say anymore. He's running here.
That's believable.
That is.
You need to go into acting.
That is progress. That's progress because you seem to mean this, yeah?
Yeah, he's running here.
Okay. Will he win?
Yeah, I'd believe David.
On his ear.
He spoke to JP.
I was-
He had dinner with JP in that area.
I went out for a cigarette before I came up here this evening. JP, you're going to have to give us one. This is the one, he said.
This was the
and
one.
the Limerick hurlers to win the All Ireland.
There you go. So 4 to 6. Is he going to go off much shorter than that? He
1
probably
to 5,
is.
I'd say.
And he's
1
going
to
to be
5.
betting it too.
And he's going to be beaten.
He's going to be betting it too.
Is he going to be? What's going to beat him?
Imperial Pass.
Imperial. Dearman.
I was disgusted during the week when I saw Ben Pauling's press day because he really gave handstands the big one. I'm on handstands at like 66 to 1 and 50 to 1. I mentioned him on the show last week. Handstand beating Django Bay last year is serious form. He's had problems since. He ran at Haydock and Ben Jones said he gave a bad old noise up the running. He's had the soft palate cauterization since, and in the Fleur de Lis looked like a horse to me that needed it. He kind of went by Protectorate like he wasn't there and then cut out a little bit. They seem to say he's flying since. He's 20 to 1 now running. No bet now. He'll be shorter than that in the day simply for the fact that it looks like he's running. I think Ben Pauling said kind of with his experience that the Ultima wouldn't be great. He struggled to beat Fact to Foil, but there's not many horses after that I wouldn't have him that far off. Imperial Pass has a higher standard than him now, but I do still think Handstands is a really talented horse. And Ben Pauling said that he's always believed that he's as good as the jukebox man. For that, 2.5 miles here, I think, is 20 to 1 on Handstands is a very big price. I was really excited about coming here with a 50 to 1 shot, and Ben Pauling reigned all over that anyway with his natural excitement, which is fair. But 20 to 1 still, I do see kind of juice in that because there's at least 6 horses here that probably aren't running. So he'll be 10 or 12 to 1 probably on the day.
Yeah, can certainly see that. Handstands at 20 to 1 for Dermo in the Ryanair Chase. And according to David Mullins, Fact to File definitely runs here. So there you go. Maybe mop up all that odds against that's available on the exchanges. That is the Ryanair Chase. We don't know how many runners there's going to be. It is now 9:45. That is the end of part 1. Join us again at 10 o'clock for part 2. Put your hands together for our panel. Right, folks, we're back. We're back. Can you do any better than that? We're back. Scrap the first one, use the second one. There we go. Everybody at the bar happy. You have your drinks, you have your refreshments. We're ready, we're refreshed for round 2. And we're moving on to day 4, which is Friday. It is, of course, Gold Cup Day. It's the 13th of March this year. And we're going to kick off with the Triumph Hurdle, which has been dealt a big blow where Annie Izod Narciso has. Demoralising, wasn't it? Yeah. How do you think Johnny Deneen feels? Well, Proactive is your 7 to 2 favourite now. Selma Davari is 7 to 2 as well. Maestro Conti 13 to 2. Manila Study 7 to 1. Monge 2 7 to 1. Macho Man 8 to 1, and it's 12 to 1 bar. So what we're going to do is just to tell you, we're going to talk about Friday's big races. Then we're going to go into the mayor's races, the cross country, the Hunter's Chase, the handicaps, and the all-important bankers at the very end. It's now 10 o'clock. We'll try have you out as close to 11 as we can, maybe to put the bowl kids to bed and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll try and get you out as close as we can to 11. So Proactive 7-2 for the Triumph Hurdle, Diarmuid Nolan, along with Selma Davari. How are you seeing this race now?
I'm struggling with the race since your man came out. Serious horse, struggling with him. I'd love to see Manella Study win it. Just one horse town, and these horses coming out flopping since being beaten last weekend quite well by Luna de Artiste. Or probably had the name the wrong way around. But struggling with this race overall. I'd love to see Manella Study win it just for a different trainer in Adam Nicol. He's done very well with this horse. But overall, like Selma Davari, I thought looked quite difficult at Leopardstown. I think Proactive was very good, but I don't think there's much between Macho Man and Proactive. And there's actually been quite positive sound about Macho Man as well. Yeah, struggling for the moment, Dave.
Okay, you're struggling. This is my last strong opinion, okay? I promise I'm not going to go on, because I'm just the host and they're the panelists, but I think this Proactive is a good thing, and I think you should take that 7-2, because I think he'll go off 7-4. When he ran at Fairyhouse, by the look of him, he looked like he'd come on a lot for the run. And I was just talking to David there at the break. A horse called Combs, belonging to Gordon Elliott, took him on the whole way and really annoyed him up front the whole way. Mark was hoping to get an easy lead. And I thought, actually, Macho Man got the run of the race in behind him. When he came to him at the last, I said, your man is after being softened up now by Combs. He's going to fold because he hasn't ran in a while, hasn't been with Willie that long. And he found another gear. And I said, do you know what? It's an awful pity Narciso has is in the Triumph Hurdle, because he's not going to beat him, but he'd win any normal year at his leisure. There is no Narciso has now. He's 7-2. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a serious horse. I'm utterly convinced of it. And I think he's the best bet of the Cheltenham Festival. So take that 7-2. Now, I'm done. That's my last strong opinion of the night. David.
Don't have any strong opinion on the race at all. I do agree with you, though. It could be a fair horse, but sure, who knows? Macho Man will improve for a stiffer test. He looked like all he does was stay, and he needed to stay to win the Triumph. Best horses probably don't normally win the Triumph, do they? They don't stay.
I think recently now it's been a pretty solid race when you go through it recently now. Last year was probably a bit of a fluke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd stick with Macho Man at the prices.
Okay. Bonjour, Gary. You are a resident French connoisseur, as I said. So we've got Proactive, Selma Davari. They're basically all from France, right? So this is your big moment, right? I seen you take a deep breath there at the interval. You're building yourself up to this moment. I have no idea what you're going to say. I'm just saying a Hail Mary here that you're going to be all over Proactive, because I trust your judgment here. Take it away.
Correct, David. Proactive is a good thing here.
Is it Proactive?
Yeah, Proactive wins. Great horse.
Sorry, to back this up, I always ask Gary every year for the best horse in the Triumph, weeks out. And Gary gave Proactive to me. I didn't follow him, though, but about 7 or 8 weeks ago.
Well, I'm telling you, take that.
He actually said over Narciso has. He was still big on Proactive.
That 7-2 is a big price. I don't think it's going to last even till maybe the weekend. I think that's going to be hammered. Proactive 7-2. Go on, Gary. Sorry, take it away.
Yeah, I backed him for the Supreme as well. I think he's a serious horse. It's same connections as Mashbury, same trainer, same owner, and JP bought them again. Form was French race. It's not great form, but the way he won, what he done, really good. The debut effort against Macho Man, who was a serious horse. He just doesn't jump well enough. He'll get closer to him, but Proactive is a better horse than him, I think. Yeah, I'm very confident in him. Selma Davari, she had a lot of runs in France. She is what she is. There's not much improvement in her. There's a lot of improvement in Proactive, and I think, yeah, can't see him in here.
Beautiful. I'm getting excited. Getting excited. That's Proactive. Now, Mikey, you've heard myself. You've heard Gary make a better case than I did. What's your thoughts on the Triumph Hurdle?
Proactive to 1 to beat. Feel good. Each way chance. Yeah.
Is he? He's not going to run.
Oh, is he? What's he in?
No, he's just not going to run. No.
You should run him. Did you not see him jumping the last in Warwick?
I did, yeah. No, he's a fair horse.
He gave it about 4 foot.
They
Where's
can
he
keep
going?
him as
Entry?
a novice next year.
Yeah, am I right in saying it was a kind of an academy type?
An academy hurdle, so they can keep him as a novice next year now, despite winning.
Oh, they should.
That's-
He's big.
Is that
what they're
right,
doing.
though? Is that actually right?
Does
I
the
think so,
academy
because-
rule, is it the same in England
I
as
didn't
Ireland?
think it was in
Nicky
England.
Henderson hardly got that wrong, though, did
But
he?
I just remember hearing something about it. There was something, but I don't know if he is going to run here. But
They're saying
Mikey,
he's
if
next
he
year's
is-
Supreme Horse. That's what
Dear
they're saying.
lad, dear, why do you have that down? Like you're making a show of me. sake.
He's priced.
Told you don't bring me on the panel. I'm going to go with Gary.
Good man.
He knows his stuff.
What do you mean are you not going with me as well then?
Dave said him first.
No, you don't know as much French farm as this man.
No, I don't.
He's in Malta every night of the week looking up French racing. And
Malta in the south of France.
yeah. So, proactive.
What was it specifically about the case he made that you liked?
Just win.
I just know that he's not bluffing. Like he told Dermot before even Narciso has came on the scene that he likes this proactive, and JP has his soldiers on the ground in France, and he is
And Malta.
getting,
Malta, yeah.
and he's getting there before anyone else. And there's no big hooray. The deal is done, and he's back in.
Proactive.
He's by a great sire as well, Mass Marvel.
Yeah, you like him.
I would represent Mayor now. Heavy ground could catch him out, but he's an. Oh, look, yeah. Go ahead.
Proactive,
I'm
lovely.
doing enough talking tonight.
Steve-O, are you going to put us off?
You could no, I won't put you off, but I do think like these horses have only been running in the low 130s, so I think absolutely anything can win it. On the panel last year, I said back all the rags in the Triumph, and I backed 4 of the bottom 5 or 5 of the bottom 6, and you can guess which one I left out. I did 10 out. And I think he was 230 at the time, and I just said, he's never even ran over hurdles. I'll leave him, and skipped on to the next one and backed. So that was a stinger, and this is a race like that. Just back, have 5 tenors on or whatever, so you have a 50 stake, and you could be getting 1,000 out of it. It's ripe for that. 2 I'd name Lord Byron, who got a bad ride, I thought, or wasn't really off behind Maestro Conti, and he was 4th in that race. Finished ahead of the horse that won the Adonis. He's kind of 200 on the exchange. He definitely has loads of ability, and Willie has about 13 of them in it, and I don't know which one will be the one, but there'll be some of them will be 200, 300 to 1.
Lord Byron is 280 on the exchanges.
Yep. He was ex-Aidan O'Brien and went to the sales, didn't get sold, and somehow ended up in Justin Carty's colours at Faye Bramley's yard.
And that he's running.
Entered Saturday, okay. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not really, don't really want to name horses that,
Saturday would qualify him for the Fair Winter, wouldn't it?
But no. Sure, there's entries for that, like, so he's cut off, he's missed the entry for that.
Oh, sorry, of course.
Yeah. But look, I just think back the bottom 5 or 6 in the market and hope a rag wins, because this is a race that a rag could win.
Hopefully not, but maybe you're right. A rag won it last year, 100 to 1. Poneros. Tony, I have a sneaky suspicion you fancy winning this.
At a bit of a price, yeah. I don't mind proactive at all. I think he was well back the last day, ridden with intent. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But what Stephen said is dead on. Like, I think you're after taking the 145 horse out of it, so maybe high 130s will win it. And the one that I like was Mon Cruce, another one in Mullins. He ran 4th in Naas on the 25th of January. I thought that looked quite a good maiden hurdle, and I would say he was much the best. Absolutely took the second last home with him, and Paul Townend just let him home in his own time from there. I'm sure Willie Mullins will probably run plenty of them now, because Narciso has after coming out, and those horses that you mentioned from the maiden hurdles, I'm sure will all pitch up. So, yeah, would like to see the form get a bit of a boost. The 5th in that race is due to run at Navan, the 1st on Saturday. Hopefully he'll win, and then give a little bit of boost to Moncruce ahead of this. So, yeah, I think he was 200 at one point. I think he's 50s there at Bet365. I'd be looking around the exchange. I think he's double that still at the moment. And
I can see your point. Obviously, Poneros did win it last year, but the favourite and second favourite were 2nd and 3rd and were pounced on. And do you not think, like, the year before Majbra won it and beat Cargis, so strong form line, the year before Lossiemouth won, the year before Vauban won, the year before Calixios won.
The year before Pentland Hills won.
Yeah.
A rag.
I think
He wasn't a rag.
He was 12 or something, wasn't he?
He was 25.
Yeah, but I think the shape
but
of
like,
the...
But like Defi Desai won it, Ivanovic Gorbatov, like probably 7 or 8 of the last 10 or 12 have been rock solid. Best horses won this race. There's this theory that anything can win it.
I'm just looking at this race individually this year. Like the really solid horses come out. You're fancy. I'm not knocking the horse you're fancying, but he has only run once in Ireland in a conditions 4-year-old hurdle. Selma Davari 1 run in Ireland. Manchtu's probably been put in a place. Macho Man, he's 5th, 6th in the market, 1 run in Ireland. So
it's a Triumph hurdle though.
Yeah, but Vauban had won at Christmas, Lossiemouth won at Christmas. They all won at Christmas and in Dublin Racing Festival. So
Yeah.
we knew more about them. So
Yeah, fair
they're
point.
all
yeah.
rags, really.
Yeah.
We're not saying this. We're not saying it for every race, Jenna, but some shape of races shape up. Like the Supreme, I know I said about Blake. I think Old Black Star. That's kind of a silly race to back rags in a way, right? Because you probably have 5 or 6 really good ones. But this race, nobody knows how good any of these ones at the top.
We
of the
do.
market are.
We do.
You do. The French one.
We are going
Gary
all
knows.
in, like this. Yeah. You heard it here.
The Maltese Falcon.
This is sort.
We're betting without proactive anyway.
Robert Perez now he knows what's going on.
Yeah,
so
he does.
So what do you, Tony, give us the name of that horse again? Spell it for people there that are
Yeah,
writing
I think
down.
I better ask Gary for pronunciation on this one. I'd pronounce it Mon Cruce.
I'd say that's good enough.
Jiggins,
That's not too bad.
Right, and Stephen, your selection? I know there was no real selection.
Yeah,
but
I'll actually name another one. This is wild altogether now, right? Nomi Delavi, but she went over 2.5, and I think she was tanked into the race. She was well backed. You might be able to check, was she 4-7 when Willie's back one like that on debut? Tanked into it, hit the last, and fell in a hole. She obviously has loads of ability. She's kind of one now that could pop up.
460 on the exchanges.
Nomi Delavi.
Nomi Delavi, best luck. I would love it if one of them popped up for you. Mikey, you're with Proactive. You're listening to
And Macho Man, but Proactive will win.
Gary, we're going down together
All
with
in.
Proactive. David,
Macho Man.
Macho Man, and Dermot.
Nothing really.
Nothing really
Yeah.
for you in the Triumph Hurdle. Moving on to the Albert Bartlett. Dr. Steinberg, who seems to have surprised a lot of people, including his connections. 9-4 favourite, no drama to said, won't run here, forget about him. The Devil You Know, owned by Nicky English, amongst others, famous Tipperary hurler, 6-1. Espresso Milan, 10-1. Kazansi is 12-1. Sortudo is 12-1. Spinning a Yarn. Spinning a Yarn has been really talked up on the preview night circuit at the moment. Spinning a Yarn, 12-1. I'll sort that. I think is going for the Turners, but he's 14-1 here. Apache Tribe, 16-1 for Noel Kelly. What an interview that was last time at air. And the Flying King won't be running, so scratch him off your list. He won't be running at the Cheltenham Festival. Right, Tony, you're first up in the Albert Bartlett. Dr. Steinberg, 9-4 favourite. Is he rock solid or is he a rotten favourite?
I'd say somewhere in between. The race, he's very, very likeable. He's the one Mullins horse that's come up through the ranks, 1 Grade 2, 1 Grade 1, doing things wrong the last day, still won. The race kind of has a habit of beating these horses, ones that are well backed, like Corbett's Cross, and I can't think of the Reading Tommy Wrong now was really well backed and it won. It's just really attritional, really tough. I'll back Sortudo if he runs, and I'd say it is still a distinct possibility.
Do you think he'll stay?
I think he got better last season in the bumpers as they became more of a test. I was very surprised to see him start out over 2 miles this year. I think when he got an absolute slog on Fairy House, he looked better than he ever did. The couple of races he ran before Champion Bumper wasn't that well run, the one at Christmas wasn't that well run. But I'm not certain if he stayed. Look, he's wearing a hood. His keenness would be an issue, yeah.
Okay, very good. I think if you could bottle the way you say better and put it on eBay, you'd be a millionaire, you know that? Give us a good better.
Well, it suit me better than where my punting's going at the minute.
Yes! You squeezed it in there. Sortudo, 12-1. I really dearly hope you're right because he was my first tip on up in the ante for the Albert Bartlett at 25-1 Sortudo. So I hope you're right. Steve-O.
I really like one here. You know when you fall in love with a horse, you've done this loads of times, I know you over the years, and an English horse, Cryptic Jim, he won the race with the hole in the ground. The form of that race is really good, and I think it was kind of lost on the day because everyone was just talking about the hole in the ground. So he was second on debut to Kingston Queen, who I think is actually a proper horse, has a chance in the Mayor's Novice. Won at Ascot. The third is now rated 134. Then he won at Newbury. He was impressive that day. And then the hole in the ground race, he jumped to the front to the top of the hill. He travelled best, and he actually clattered. He jumps brilliant, but he clattered the last, and his head went down and back up. And normally they're gone, and he got back in the steel straight away. And he went and he battled up the hill. Brilliant performance, and beat Taurus Bay. And Ben Pauling talks about Taurus Bay. He's going to run in the Turners. He says he's a proper weapon. The third horse, Fortune Tommy, was only beaten. He's rated 132. He was only beaten 4 lengths by Old Park Star. I think it's probably the best piece of novice hurdle form, arguably in England, certainly at the staying trips. and he's 50, 60 to 1 in the exchange. He's probably 33 to 1. He just looks completely
20s with Bet365.
Okay.
No bet.
20s, okay. Heads Up was in that race as well, was 5th, won since. Open Secret was 4th, and then he was 2nd, beating a length in a grade 2 or a grade 3. Very solid form, gorgeous horse, going to improve for the step up and trip. So I'd give him a huge chance now. It'd be my biggest fancy of the week, nearly Cryptic Jim.
Wow, like it. Good point, well made. That's Cryptic Jim, 20 to 1. Bet365, non-runner, no bet, beat Taurus Bay in the hole in the ground race that Stephen has christened it.
The hole in the ground novice hurdle.
Hole in the ground novice hurdle. Hopefully you won't have to go to the hole in the wall afterwards. Mikey.
I hope for Nicky and Paul the Devil, I don't know will win, but I'm going to go 20 to 1 Fortune de Mer. Is he, what's he called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him win his point to point, and
Fruity de Mer.
Fruity de Mer, yeah. He ran well in this. He was third, and Henry will tune him up. He's a good record in the race, and I think he's a. Will Darrow O'Keefe ride him?
Yes, gave him a good shout out last night. Actually, said he's going to improve massively from that run at Naas. So you might be onto something there.
Oh, I am on something.
Yeah.
No might.
No might about it.
No. I could, but no, he'll be thereabouts.
Okay, that's Fruity the Mayor, 25 to 1, Bet365, non-runner, no bet. David Mullins, what have you got for us here?
I'll start that.
He's running the Turners.
Is he actually?
Yeah, well, that's what
Wrong
Declan
race.
Quealy has come out and said he's likely to run the Turners. Yeah.
And does Sartudo run in this race then?
Don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Hope
I
he
thought
does.
Sartudo ran the other race.
Well, you're a Mullins and he's trained by a Mullins, so I'm hoping you'll know.
No. Then I kind of half agree with Mikey.
Jesus,
de Mer, yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Fruity
no.
de Mer, yeah.
Yeah, Henry does have a good record in that race, and just the week before Cheltenham, Henry.
Yeah. So Fruity de Mer.
Brilliant trainer for Cheltenham.
Oh, unbelievable, yeah,
Brilliant.
targeting.
Brilliant.
Paul Nolan is as well.
Yeah.
He's got a great team this year,
He
Paul
is.
Nolan, actually, yeah.
Brilliant.
His place record is mental at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Good ground as well, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fruity de Mer, 25 to 1. That's 2 votes for Fruity de Mer from Ant and Deck, 25 to 1. Fruity de Mer.
We're better than them now.
Better looking anyway, yeah.
You could have called us women or something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been as insulting.
I'd say you'd love to be Deck.
No, I
you-
wouldn't
if you-
even know who he is. If he walked in here, I wouldn't know him.
Fair enough.
You and Johnny Deneen are bigger than the sensations than Ant and Deck.
I wouldn't mind being Ant and Deck now, I have to say. Or Deck. What do you fancy, Dermot?
I like Zanouche at 33 to 1. I thought.
Not going.
Sorry?
Not going.
You sure?
Colin Murphy's filly.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gone. I could be wrong now, but I don't think she's gone.
I hope the owner isn't listening to this.
He said she
I
was
know
going,
the
didn't he?
owner. I know the owner. I know her.
You know
I
the
don't-
owner?
Yeah, I do. I don't think she's gone. Unless they've changed their mind, like. But I don't know for definite. But I'd be surprised if she's gone.
There was a bit of certainty there in your initial reaction.
Well,
There was
I-
no
I-
way
is
she was
she-
running
is
a
she
second.
going now? Is this the last week or whatever? It was only a couple of weeks ago I was chatting to him. And
He said after the win the last day that Colin
No.
Murphy said this.
I don't think she runs. I could be wrong now, but
Okay.
I don't think she'll run. I think there's a race in Limerick or Fairyhouse.
Well, you're after breaking
I
it.
texted him, well done, like I was chatting to him and I said, well done. And Colin Murphy, if you brought her over, she'd have a chance. Yeah.
I'd like, okay, so if she
Tell us
does,
what you were going to say.
if she
anyway.
does run, I'd like her. The other thing is, though, that we had Andrew Blair White on our show 2 weeks ago, and he pretty much persuaded me on it that Dr. Steinberg is actually a good price at 9 to 4, and that the only reason people are against him is because of his summer form, which is a little bit funny, but he's improved throughout the season. I can't see it. I think it's a water-all race. He absolutely battered the Devil You Know, looking like going up and trip. There's no reason to actually turn that form around. And I can see Dr. Steinberg will drift a bit today as well, but I can see why I think he could be a decent bet in this.
Dr. Steinberg.
Dr. Steinberg.
Dr. Steinberg.
Zanouche, though, if Mikey's wrong.
You could be wrong, Mikey. Could you? You could actually be wrong.
I could, yeah. But I don't,
But
think, I don't think she'd run. No, if I had €50, I'd have €50 and she'd not run.
Okay. Gaz, you didn't give us your Albert Bartlett, did you?
Yeah, I won't be mad on it now. I actually backed one.
There's
couple
no
of months
French
ago.
horse in it.
They call me Hugo. I think that if you look at his form, he's probably one of the better UK 3-milers. Has course form. I think no problem with him staying, and he's a big price, so a few bob on him.
Okay, that was Captain Hugo at. We'll give you a price on
They
Captain.
call me Hugo.
They call me Hugo.
Sorry, they call me Hugo is. Do you know what? They call me Hugo. Somebody fancies that. Who is it? Somebody put that up. Gary O'Brien put that up in his Lucky 15 for Cheltenham, actually, when he was on the road to Cheltenham, the second best Cheltenham preview show. I was just intrigued. Like, he was really keen on it, so he was.
And if you look at the form now, he's serious bit of form.
The second best. Where's the race?
Third best, yeah, the Racehour.
Where's the
now.
race?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get a price here. What price is this, yoke? Oh, it's an on-runner, is it? It's out. It's out.
This has gone really well. This
This is it's now gone best down to the fourth best preview show after that. Have you had Nelson replace? No. Okay. We have yours. Did we come to you, Tony? We did. What did you put up?
Sortudo.
Yeah, Sortudo if you're on. That is your Albert Bartlett. Moving on to the big one. It is the 2016 Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup, ladies and gentlemen. It's the big one of the weekend. It deserves a cheer. And if you can see the prices here behind us, Fact of File 4-1, Django by 9-2, the Jukebox Man 5-1, Gaelic Warrior 11-2, Gallop in the Sham 7-1, Haiti Colours 8-1. I know the way you're taking 11-1. Splan's Tower 14-1, Great Awning 14-1, and it is 20-1 bar. So here we go. Tony Keenan, widely regarded as one of the best judges in Irish racing, rumoured to be tapped up by Up at the Ante. You are one of the main men that people looked at. This is the biggest race of the National Hunt season. This is where you make a name for yourself. It is a wide open Gold Cup. It's like going back to the 1990s, back to the likes of the Joe Dami days and days like that, where it's 4-1 the field. What do you fancy, and have you got a strong opinion?
No, I'll be going off looking at the Lincoln in the corner now. I'd say at this stage, this
Tony,
is,
come on!
This has my head melted here now, right?
He actually
right,
said this, but I met Tony up there. He said the Gold Cup and it melted.
Right, I think the King George means
Right.
nothing. Right, the King George form means nothing. For
Why?
us. I'm not saying the horse that ran it can't win. It's just that what they did at Campton will have no impact on this because it'll be just such a different race. It was a farce of a race, right? So that's I don't know what you can draw from that, right? I would like Gaelic Warrior if Patrick Mullins wasn't on it, right? And he's short in the way that he's never won a Grade 1 at Cheltenham against pros over obstacles. Right? It's just a negative. He did make a good point there. He was saying about he couldn't settle them at Leopardstown kind of configuration of the track because they're racing around the outer, maybe around the inner at Cheltenham. He'd be able to settle them a wee bit better. He's half given a chance to Gallop in the Champs. Maybe he's been training more for Cheltenham maybe than previous years. But today, and God, I know no one wants to hear this now, but I have a real sinking feeling that.
What do you think? Oh, no,
Here
here we go. Whoa, don't say. What do you think he's going to say? Oh, so who said that? You?
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Yeah,
I know the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
So
I've just a sinking feeling. I don't think it's. I don't want to see him.
you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to see him win. Like his last 3 rounds is just terrible luck. Like.
Why have you got this feeling?
Well,
I heard it too.
You heard this feeling?
I heard this as well, yeah.
yeah. Fact the file is looks like he's going for the Ryanair, which I'd say is probably a positive for this lad's chance. They're kind of starting to make a few noises that he's coming right, yeah, and that'll probably increase over the next week and a half or so. And he probably does have the best piece of staying chase for him in the last calendar year, in fairness, like in the race last year. See, like 3 terrible runs since, but it is still the best. Yeah, so if you absolutely put a gun to my head, I think he might get in the shake-up. But
He's now a shorter price on the exchanges than Fact to File, would you believe? I know the way.
yeah,
you're
but
thinking.
that's what I've been watching over the last few days. So kind of
Into 12 on the exchanges, Fact to File out to 13 as of 10:30 on Thursday. So I know the way you're thinking is your vote.
yeah, tap it.
Tap it. Okay, well done, that man, for guessing. Stephen.
I'm going to back the Jukebox Man. I know what Tony's saying. At the same time, I think that King George was nearly the best race I've ever seen. You know, excitement, finish. And I think for what he did to make... He's a brilliant jumper. And he kind of missed the last. He didn't make a mistake. He was just a bit slow at it. And for those 4 to come there in the line, him to miss it and get back up, I thought that showed a lot of class. I think he will be leading between the second last and the last. And he'll have the hill to climb to win a Gold Cup. Whether he stays, I don't know. But I think 5-6 to 1, that's fine. Do you know, you're going to be on the horse. I think that's going to be jumping the last in front of the Gold Cup. He's just a brilliant jumper. He's like exhibition stuff. And he's loads of class. He'll travel into the race, fine at the track. So he'll be jumping the last in front and might do my dough then, but hopefully not.
And he almost beat your guilty pleasure, of course, your big day when you backed Stellar Story to win the Albert Bartlett.
Yeah, if it keeps raining, he'll win the Gold Cup. But yeah. No, I'm only cotton.
Great chance in the Grand National, though. That is the Jukebox Man, 5 to 1. For anybody who doesn't know, Stephen backed Stellar Story to win the Albert Bartlett and tipped him up everywhere.
He
what
actually
price?
napped him. Yeah,
You napped him, 33 to 1.
Yeah, you could have said that at the top of the show.
I was building up the Caldwell power. So it's the Jukebox Man for Steve-O to give Ben Pauling and Harry Redknapp a big day on Friday week. It's Friday, no, Friday 2 weeks. Right, Mikey, galloping the Shams, right? You know him better than anybody. You rode him in a race. You rode him at home. You know him. Can he come back and deliver one of the greatest days in Cheltenham Festival history, potentially?
I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think he will. I hope he does, but just can't see it now.
Is there any chance that Paul would ride Gaelic Warrior over Galloping the Champ?
No.
He'd want to work.
He should.
No.
Paul literally said he just couldn't
Okay.
do it.
He'd want to. If he worked bad now or something.
No. No.
Ruby would have done it.
No, Paul, yeah.
He would. He got off Hurricane Fly to ride Fahey in the Champion Hurl.
Different.
Yeah. Look, I don't. Brilliant race. Isn't it going to be some sight if the 10 of them are at the top of the hill coming down the hill? Like, so I think it could go to England.
You've narrowed it down to 10.
I'm down to 3: Django Bay, Haughty Collares, and Grey Dawning.
Jesus. In English 3.
Well, I was over at the Cheltenham in January, and I was on the shoot with Kieran Stokes. We were laughing and joking, and next minute I seen Harry Skelton come down, finished third, big happy head on him, and all the Tom Messenger, I don't know, the Skelton gang, all delighted with the run, and I went, one. You can give me a fine for that. Sorry, I just went. That's a bit strange. So. Look at it. I didn't see it there, but they were happy with the run.
Yeah, it is an interesting point about Grey Dawning. Like for a horse who drifted, I think from 2 to 5 to evens, came to the second last, made a mistake. Harry wasn't hard on him afterwards, and that means he didn't have a hard race. Yeah. He is reasonably interesting, Grey Dawning, isn't he?
Yeah, the way he won in Haydock this year, he looked strong. He looked big. He looked like a horse that had another 6 weeks to training in him. You know, I was looking at him that day, and I think he's a brilliant trainer.
I was going to say, you spoke about Dan Skelton earlier. You've kind of been glowing about him tonight. Do you think Dan Skelton is the real deal?
Yeah, I do. I think to do what he's did in such a short space of time, he doesn't leave the money behind. Like, you know, he's able to target those races. But there's other brilliant trainers. But I just think it's going to be a big year for him. And I give him a squeak. But I look, Haughty Colours, same. Django Bay. If there's one horse, I don't watch racing every day, but there's one horse I saw this year that came on the bridle at the back of the third last, and it was Django Bay in Ascot that day. So that was the best feeling you're going to get as a jockey is when you know you don't know how you're going. Nico gave him an old squeeze and grabbed the hold of him, and he went vroom like this. Right, and it was his first run of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he won an Arkle when he kind of shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So it just shows that he has buckets of class. If he gets good ground, I think he's the biggest engine and is the right age, and I just think he's the one to beat, Django Bay.
That is Django Bay. I think you're probably right, Mikey. I think it's a hell of a race, but I think Django Bay just might be the one. Gary, Mikey has narrowed it down to 10. What have you narrowed it down to?
Jesus, anything can win this, so I wouldn't be surprised. I've heard another way of thinking is back, and he's gone.
Is it a good source now?
Worked in Ferry House.
Worked in Ferry House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And went well.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah.
Did?
But
He heard Leon.
But yeah, I could be backing myself. I've actually backed, probably not for the win, pubs, more for the place, Envoy Allen. I think he's coming there, fresh horses, form in Down Royal against Florida. Appadale Fury looks good now. Loves the course. He'll be primed in a minute by Henry. This is a swan song. He won't be up with the van early, he'll be proud to get the trip and just creep into. And I think he has the class to stay on late, pick a few of them off. I can see him bang there for the places.
Does the age worry you?
Not really. This is last run, so they've put everything into it to get him here, and there'll be no stone left unturned with him. Wouldn't be bothering me about the age. I think he'll go well. I think he'll go very well.
All I heard from the crowd
Yeah,
was,
that's all I heard there.
if that wins. I didn't hear the end of the
If
sentence.
that wins, I'm done or something.
What was the end of the sentence? If that wins... It's got no chance, Gary. They're ridiculing you there down the back. He'd buy you a pint if he wins. There you go. That is Envoy LN 66-1 for the Gold Cup. Davido.
Yeah, I've agreed with everyone what they've said. Like, I don't know
Well, you
myself.
can't really now because it's all sorts,
Wouldn't
shapes,
be
and
in your
sizes.
nature to agree with people now.
I know, he just means he's no opinion, is it?
Well, no, I have no real opinion. I actually like Spillane Tower the last day against Grey Dawn and Long Presse. I know the performance on paper wasn't great, but I thought he looked like an absolute beast coming down over the second last. Yeah. And if Jack Kennedy rides him, which I think is going to be massively important, you don't want another rider really.
Did you think he when he jumped the last, he might win by further than he did?
Yeah, sorry, but if it was between the last two, I said,
Yeah.
geez, this is a different
Yeah, me
beast
too,
of a
yeah.
horse.
Jack never went after him, though, did he, really, when he got by?
I just looked it up there. He only won half a length.
Yeah,
that,
but
that
he didn't.
kind of frightens me a small
He never
bit,
whipped him, though, because I watched it back last night. He never actually...
Wouldn't be like
he
Jack
just-
not to do that, I suppose.
No,
but
he kind of accepted that he was just going to win, I think. I think Jack gave him a soft time in the end, yeah.
yeah, he's a horse that...
Had
he
there been
doesn't
the
look to be-
instructions from JP?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be allowed to, if he was going for the Gold Cup, wouldn't be getting a hard race, I'd say.
Yeah.
Jeez, he
That's
looked
what I
like a
thought
beast
now.
that day to me, so
Yeah.
maybe he's one that hasn't shown his best yet. I don't think he has anyway.
Spillane's Tower, 14-1. So maybe it could be Spillane's Tower, and I know the way you're thinking that'll form the JP McManus team in the Gold Cup, and not Factifile, who seems to be drifting hugely for the Gold Cup at the moment on the exchanges. Dermot.
Yeah, I've been Django Bay all season. Again, I went through this race over 3 or 4 kind of evenings, and yeah, I'm not that keen anymore on Django Bay.
Why?
I'm just not sure what he's actually achieved as overall. As in, he won that race at Ascot really well, but he beat your favourite horse. What's his name again? The horse in second?
Huh? No, Harry Fry.
Harry Fry's yoke, yeah. He is a yoke, that lad. And he beat him, which was fine, and he did it very well. The King George, he looked slow, which is probably fine, the King George, because Don Cossack looked slow in the King George. But, I don't know, his finishing effort, if you forget that, he's won an Arkle in a freak way, didn't then win at Aintree afterwards, which I know was only 2.5, 3 weeks apart. I've really gone from loving this horse to just not being sure what he actually is. I went through all of them, as in I've watched them all, obviously, like we all have here in this room. That's
Maybe
no
not Mikey.
achievement. Spillane's Tower, though, is the one that I think, when I rewatched the race, was way more impressive than I actually thought he was first time. I think Jack Kennedy did look after him. I think it was very interesting. I think looking at the rides Mark Walsh had on that day, it looked like Jack Kennedy was sent over and that he is going to be the jockey on him. Especially interesting because Stellar Story has ran since in an Irish Gold Cup and Jack was on I Am Maximus. So it did look like, for whatever reason, he was in the market for a Gold Cup horse. I'd say
Jack
he's on this horse.
Definitely be right.
Yeah. And I think that was really impressive. Now, he was getting £6 from Long Presse, which does temper the form a little bit. Grey Dawning was happy where he was. But it's just like, it looked like he just started 2 out. And I don't think Jack Kennedy never lifts the whip. He just rides him out. And he's had a funny old campaign because last year was a mess of a campaign, really. He was teed up for Aintree. The ground went against him. And then he was flat at Punchestown. This year has had 2 runs over hurdles. But that was really, really good. And 14-1 for a horse who might just be peaking. Against, you could throw a blanket over all of these really at parts, and 14-1 for him just feels right to me. And Jack Kennedy is a big Jack Kennedy. Like his last sub ride in this was obviously Minalindo, who won the Gold Cup. Not that that's probably worth anything, but Jack Kennedy to me is the best jockey there is around. I love having him on him here, and I think Spillane's Tower at 14-1. Yeah, I've completely U-turned the last 7 days. I was a big Django Bay man all year, and I'm now Spillane's Tower, I think.
Okay, so 2 votes here for Spillane's Tower for Dermot and David. Gary is giving a shout out to Envoy Len at a huge price, maybe 6-1. Mikey, you were
I've
with.
changed your mind.
Oh.
After Dermot, yeah. Haughty Collares, right? No,
What
no.
happened in the last
He's
3.5 minutes?
He's right. King George.
Is it Rebecca Curtis?
No. No, it's Haughty Collares now. I've changed on the King George effort. I've no reason for why he was bet that day. So that's it. Holly clears.
Haughty colours. And Steve-O, you're with?
Jukebox Man.
Jukebox Man made a very good case. And Tony, who were you with in the end?
Know the way you're thinking.
Yeah. Right, let's have a little bit of crowd interaction. Any questions on the Gold Cup? Oh, God, we have a question down the back now. Here we go. Yes. No, you can ask a question. Go for it.
Apologies for the accent. I can't really do much about it, but
It's a fine accent, isn't it?
Nice, I wouldn't mind that accent.
Yeah.
Do you want my Navan accent and I'll take yours?
like this wouldn't mind it. One for the whole panel. What's the best bet you ever had in Cheld? And it doesn't have to be the biggest winner or whatever, but something you just saw it happen like 6 weeks, 2 months out. Like I know a few years ago, Fogarty put up in Perry Pass before anyone's really on him. He just said this thing's a fucking certain. Now he says that about lots of things. But,
On to me.
he said this thing's a certainty, and it went and won, and then
Have you planted this guy, Mikey? No?
No.
It's Jonathan, is it?
and then
You cut your hair. No.
So the best, basically the best bet. It's a great question, actually. So the best bet, something you found before everybody else, something that worked out, positivity. Mikey, you picked out in Perry Pass before anybody else. Tony, we'll come to you. You've made a career out of this. I know you're a part-time teacher, but you're a full-time pundit. What was the one that stands out for you out of all the Cheltenhams? One that stands out that you say, "Wow, I can't believe I did that."
Well, no, I hate the after time, and so I'll give you a sad story. The time of back, I actually was.
You know what? You need a hug.
No, I don't need a hug. I don't need a hug. You've no luck for worrying about your past winners. I don't think, but it was a really good bet, and it lost, and I was sick after. McConnell's horse in the National Chase, the back did at 50s.
Oh, the
Malor Mission, he was 10 lengths there. Yeah. That was tough now.
That was Gallard de Manil.
Yeah. I think he'd have won it now, but anyway, look, that's it.
So you've turned a really positive story into a heartbreaker one. Stephen Cass, is it a stellar story?
No,
Sizing. Sorry, I'll do it for you. Sizing John.
Yeah, I told you now I don't like talking about it, but you want to talk about it, Dermot, go ahead.
What price was he?
It's not after time, and it's a question from the crowd.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I backed Sizing John at 670 for the Gold Cup.
Jesus.
Well,
He wasn't going for the Gold Cup.
I loved the
halfway
horses
through the
going up and trip. You know, the 2 milers. I'm always on about this to Dermot. I love 2 milers going up because the speed they have, if they can stay, they have a great chance. And he was entered in the Kinloch Bray at the 5-day. I said, "Jesus."
Mikey is petrified of your pen there.
If he wins the Kinloch Bray, I said he'll go Gold Cup. So simple as that.
Okay, Jesus, what price was it?
It's 670. I only had 4 quid in it now.
I take back everything I said. I take back everything I said about Blake. Let's get on. Mikey, you had in Perry Pass. Anything else that you spotted?
And I told a friend of mine I owed him a few quid to have a few quid on Fernie Hollow in November, and he got bet twice, and I think I had a ride in the Coral Cup, and I had a few drinks with a couple of lads, and I told Patrick, I think you're on the wrong one, son, and I was down at the shoot. And he was
unappreciated.
He just saw me. And I was just like,
Sorry,
what did I
just
tell
tell
you?
the crowd it's when Fernie Hollow beat appreciated.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? Sure. Oh, do you want to see the face on him?
Patrick's after riding appreciate.
Yeah,
getting
Patrick
beat
was
half an end.
unappreciated. Kick clear.
Yeah.
And Paul picked him up on
Paul
Fernie
picked him
Hollow.
up, yeah.
I was coming back down the chute, right behind Patrick, and all I could hear was, "I told you, son."
I think I told you
Patrick
so.
depressed. Mikey. Sorry. That's all you could hear.
We're not meant to curse. I meant well, like. I was trying to work on him.
He told him in October.
It was a good
He
training
got bet in 2
performance.
bumpers and he went quiet then.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I did not.
So Fernie Hollow, Gary. There must have been some
Madgeborough.
French recruit.
No, probably when Binocular, when he said he was ruled out of the champion hurdle, and he was still only about 380 on the exchange, and he should have been 1,000 if he was really ruled out. So I backed that at the time, and it was the year he won. But I was in a different exchange working at the time, and he was double the price there, and I couldn't back it because I worked there. So,
Okay.
but we'll still take a 350 plus.
Binocular, wow.
Binocular,
Okay, there we go.
yeah.
We're just
Dermot.
going to have to take out your age. I don't know what we're going to do with that segment there now. But
I'd say the questions from the crowd may be edited.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to get the real
Dermot.
story.
I say Esperdal the year he won the champion hurdle. I was on him all year. Literally from
Esperdal.
October onwards I was on him, yeah. Literally.
Okay, excellent. Great question. I'll take. Mine was Aramax in the Fred Winter, I think in 2020. he kept drifting in the day before, and I just thought he was different class at the time. Now he turned out to be not that good, but he
Actually napped him on the show, didn't
Yeah,
he?
napped him on the show here. Caldwell Potter last year. I did more previews last year where I napped Caldwell Potter and I got booed. It was unbelievable. So when he actually won, it was pretty sweet. Now I have to say. So an odd time I get one right. Great question, by the way. But we are going to continue on. We're going to have more questions later on, and they're not going to be 18 rated. We're going to have proper questions that we're going to be able to answer. So think up your questions, because we like them questions from the crowd, a bit of crowd interaction. We're moving on to the Mayor's Races. So, Diarmid, Mayor's Races. So you've got the Mayor's Chase, the Mayor's Hurdle, and the Mayor's Novice Hurdle.
Mayor's Hurdle, nothing really until we know what the story is. Mayor's Novice, I think Bambino Fever is going to take the absolute world of stopping. I don't see a mare there to stop her. In the Mayor's Chase, then one of the bets that probably covers my whole week comfortably is Diva Luna for the Mayor's Chase. I've been on her all year. Now, I would have preferred had she made her target in January, but Ben Pauling's been really positive on her again since. She's just a really talented mare. She tried to win the Mayor's Novice, and she ran a blinder that day in third, but just got caught turning in. I think Keelan Woods was a little bit maybe overly positive on her when he kicked a little bit early. But I think it spoke to how well she was going that Keith Donoghue covered her and then probably cost himself the race because Rachel nabbed them then. I think Diva Luna is really smart. I think she's been excellent over fences so far. I think she can go from the front. Is she as good as the Irish mares like Dino Blue? I don't know, really, yet. I'm happy with the price. She's 7-1 now. I'm on her 33s a few times. I am hopeful of a big winner there, but not expecting, because I think Dino Blue might just be a standard above. But Diva Luna has every chance if she jumps well.
Okay, that's Diva Luna in the Mayor's Chase, Bambino Fever in the Mayor's Novice Hurdle, and nothing in the Mayor's Hurdle. David, you're good with mares? So I'm told.
Lassie Mouth, Bambino Fever, and Panic Attack.
Panic Attack. There we go. Yeah, she's had a terrific season, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she'll win the national as well.
Oh, do you think she'll win the national? Wow.
That'd be some season, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's
Excellent.
only 10-4, is she? She
Yeah.
only has 10-4
Yeah.
as well after winning the 2 biggest pots in England so far this year.
Yeah. Excellent. The race at Newbury and Cheltenham, sponsored by other bookmakers. Gary, mares, talk to me.
Exactly the same as David.
Exactly.
Lassie Mouth, good thing. Bambino Fever, good thing. Double them up, and Panic Attack will win there.
Mikey.
Very same as two lads. Lassie Mouth
Of course it is.
should win. The mayor's the biggest certainty of the week. Bambino Fever, and yeah, I think Panic Attack.
You would love Dan Skelton as well.
No, well, yeah.
You do. Yeah. Okay. Stephen,
Just the
you,
Mayor's...
you won't be good. Now, I can guarantee you one thing. You're not going to pick the same three.
No. Well, I'll only pick just the Mayor's Novice. I don't like Bambino Fever. Her jumping technique, she's very slow. She stop-start over the hurdles. Now, look, Willie Mullins makes a fool of you all the time, and she might be electric at Cheltenham, but I just think
Was
she's...
she not electric the last day?
No, I think she's really slow over obstacles and getting away from the hurdle. She's really slow.
I think she jumped great.
I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't like her technique at all. Kingston Queen runs in that. She's a real tough mare. Ran a 5 bumpers, 1, 2, third in the listed bumper at entry, but she's really good over hurdles. She beat Cryptic Jim 7 lengths in a maiden, and she was the only one that could kind of go with Old Park Star at Cheltenham. I think she faded, finished third that day. No shame in that. And she won at Warwick over 2-3. If it's soft, she's tough as anything, and she's 20-1 anti-post certainly.
16-1 non-runner, no bet. Yeah.
I just think she's a good horse, Kingston Queen. And
Kingston Queen, brilliant.
if there's an English one there to trouble the Irish too, she'd be the one.
And she did hit the line hard at Warwick, in fairness.
She's a real stayer, like 2 miles probably going to be sharp for her, but I like her.
Brilliant. Mayor's Novice Hurdle, and Mayor's Chase. Tony Keenan.
Yeah, nothing in the Dawn Run, nothing in the Mayor's Chase. A possible angle there on the Mayor's Hurdle, feet of a dancer. They're just, I think they're going to find it very hard to pass up the Coral Cup, and I would be very interested if she goes to the Coral Cup. She's 144. I'd say her best 3 runs of her career have been the last 3 runs. She's improved this season. Yard have been going quite well. Yeah, and I hope they just have the sense maybe to go for the Coral Cup rather than the tossing up at the stairs and the Mayor's Hurdle. I just don't think she's good enough to win a Grade 1, but I think she can rattle a handicap off 144.
Yeah, she's the one in this race. Like if Lossie Mouth or Woodhouse, one of them doesn't run, like she's a great each-way play, isn't she, at the moment, if she runs in the Mayor's Hurdle. I think you're right. I think she's dangerous no matter where she shows up, fit of a dancer.
Dangerous no matter where she runs, but just from the point of view of getting a bit of weight, like she's going to be getting 10, 11 pound from the yellow clay, like, and the plenty between him and her in the handicap and the Coral Cup. So yeah.
Okay, there you go. That is Feet of a Dancer. Keep an eye on her wherever she shows up for Paul Nolan, who's got a terrific team. We'll talk about him in a few minutes in the handicaps. That is the Mayor's Race at Cheltenham. Moving on to the cross country and the Hunter's Chase. Can I go first? Can I go first in this?
Of course you can, yeah.
Yeah, one of my strongest fancies of the week in the cross country, a bizarre race. Look, I really like Desert Moorhouse. Rate of 140, getting £22 from Stumptown. He blew me away at Punchestown at the John Durkin weekend. Just thought he really looked like he loved the game. Trained by a master in Martin Brazel. And look, he's a Kerry National winner. He has a bit of back class. He's been trained to the minute for this race. Ricky Doyle usually rides him. He's got 10-2, so he's only got down to 10-5 in the last year, but I'm sure he'll try and get down to 10-2. I think only 3 horses can win the race. Stumptown, Favori, Deschamps and Desert Moorhouse. And Desert Moorhouse is getting lumps of weight from both of them. And I think his mark is better than the other 2 marks. And I think if you can handle the cross-country track at Punchestown, it's more severe with Ruby's Double and Everton than the Cheltenham track is. So I think he'll be fine. And I think he's got a hell of a chance. I actually think he should be close to favourites. And I think there's still a little bit juice in the price. So I'd be with Desert Moorhouse in the cross-country. Bizarre race, I know, but I do really fancy him. Don't fancy anything in the Hunter's Chase. Tony Keenan, cross-country and Hunter's Chase.
Keep going.
Give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Also,
Give him a hug.
right,
Give him a hug. Squeeze him tight. Squeeze him tight.
I'll give him a kiss as well. I'm okay as well. Move on. Don't like those races.
I have no opinion.
Nothing for you either?
No, I wouldn't know. No.
No. Gary?
Yeah, there's a French mare entered in the cross country. David Cotin has entered her.
Oh, here we go.
So he'd be a shrewd enough operator. So the fact he's entering her, she hasn't been over this trip before. She's only a 6-year-old. The last 6-year-old he ran in this was Easyland. Now he had plenty of cross country experience. She doesn't, but she is proper graded class over there. Like she's won grade 2s, grade 3s.
Any chance of a name?
Carrie Das.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cardas. Karred''. 16 to 1 only.
16 to 1. Yeah.
Have you backed her already?
I backed her. Yeah. She's let in. She's a lot lower here than her French rating. French rating's probably a bit inflated. One thing, she needs a good jockey on her. Now we threw Rachel Blackmore on her around O'Toy in a grade 1 last season, so I'd like to see one of the Irish lads on her. She blasts off in front, like she'd go some gallop. The fact he's running her here, he must think she stays, and if he's entering her here, that's good enough for me. She's a real classy mare, and she gets in off a lovely racing way here, so
you're after scaring me now.
She'll go well.
You're after scaring me now. That's Cardas. One from left field from Gary at 16 to 1. David?
Favori, Deschamps.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought the second horse was well in the last day, and he made bits of him.
It's Paul's horse, was it?
Yeah, Jarive de Lest.
Jarive de Lest, yeah.
Yeah, and 11.5 is a nice weight for that, keeping a lot of them probably out of the handicap as well with Stumptown. And
what about your cousin Emmett's horse in the Hunter's Chase? You going to finally do it? It's on the line?
yeah, they've took a different approach this time. They didn't run him in Nace, he didn't get a hard race. They ran him in a pint, and he got bet at 1 to 10.
Yeah.
But that's completely that horse. But he needs a loose horse. He needs something to fall in the race.
He's mad, is he?
He just won't go in front, really, like in my opinion, anyway. But that's why he won an entry last year. He had loose horses to bring him to the line. So he needs. You should probably run something else and tell someone to jump off or something.
Is Charlie still running?
Charles Burns? Which Charlie on about? Charlie Mullins. Sorry, you'd have to clarify which Charlie.
Yeah. So you think though if things fall into place and he gets a lead for as long as possible, he's got a big chance it's on the line, yeah?
Yeah, he's best horse in the race, definitely, but
yeah.
He's very tricky.
Very tricky indeed. It's on the line. And Favori Deschamps is a 3-1 shot with Bet365. Dermot, you were nodding along there to Favori Deschamps.
Yeah, I just thought he was class last time. Thought he gave plenty of weight away. Also liked how Jack seemed very impressed with him. Jack actually rides the cross country track unbelievably well. Doesn't get enough attention for a time because Keith Dunne is obviously the best of them, but Jack is unbelievable around there. And as much as the other horses like Desamore House and Vanillier are very good horses, and he was class. Lismore House. I thought Favori de Champdou just looked like a graded horse in that company last time, and I think he can give that weight away. I think he's very, very good, yeah.
Okay, Favori de Champdou for Diarmid in the Hunter's Chase. Now it's this is the cross country. Yeah, and in the Hunter's Chase, no. Okay, this is important. Now, this is the handicaps. Okay, this is the real shrewdy stuff. This is where these lads make names for themselves. Diarmid, we'll start off with you. He's got loads of notes. Stayed up last night. What time was the child asleep at last night?
7:30 actually.
7:30. So you got a good 7 hours studying in.
Yeah.
Here we go. Give us your best handicaps. Like for those of you, I'm sure you do know Diarmid, but his handicap, he is unbelievable at the handicaps. He was so unlucky last year with Jericho de Repine in the Pertemps final. So you could do worse than take these down. Shh.
So first of all, there's a horse that runs in the Moor Battle on Saturday and goes for the bonus. I think he'll go for County Hurdle. It's Hamlet's Night. This is a serious horse, and what I really like is that James Owen has done something quite clever, that he's got 2 horses qualified very early in the season, has put them away. They've kind of warmed up on the all-weather since. But Hamlet's Night before Christmas ran, now I might have the mark slightly wrong here, but he raced against Give It To Me OJ at Cheltenham off levels. He was rated 124, and Give It To Me OJ rated 141. Went down by a neck to him. The next time out after that, he ran in the Elite Hurdle and got only £6 from Rubo, sorry. And that horse now is rated 148. And he got £6 off him, but he's rated 134, Hamlet's Night is. And that's 2 serious pieces of form. Sean Bowen, I've heard him interviewed since, where he said he really likes this horse. He just needed to kind of have a bit of time. He's gone. He won really, really well in the all-weather since. He looked so well in himself last time. And he runs off 134 on Saturday. If he wins the Moor Battle, like I think he will, he's 6-1 for that. Then he'll come in here off a penalty to the County Hurdle. I know backing up that quickly is never ideal, but he's done this on the flat before plenty of times. I think he's a serious horse. I know there's loads well handicapped. The other horse from the James Owen yard was a Kerry man called Anthony, actually messaged me on Twitter. He pointed me towards him. But it's a mark of 128. Amez looks very well handicapped. Really, really well handicapped. He split Tralee Girl Manila Study last time.
Fred Winter.
Yeah, he goes for the Fred Winter. He's about 16-1 there for that. That's a serious bit of form. Tralee Girl in third. She's rated higher. And obviously the winner that day, he's now one of the favourites for the Triumph. Just really, really interested. The other one for the Coral Cup, I can't believe he's 16-1 still, actually. Jump Allen, I think, could be really well handicapped. It looked to me like Willie Mullins has kept him back all season like he did Jimmy Desai last year. Brilliant at Sandown last time. He'll run in the Coral Cup. I just thought 16-1 about him is just a really good price. I like the fact that they used that stables race to warm this horse up in, which means that his mark obviously is completely unaffected. And it just feels to me like a Jimmy Desai type horse. And then for the handicap chases, I'm trying not to commit too early, Dave, because I end up a lot of years where I'm committed to a good few horses and then you feel like a fraud changing on the day. But there's only one chaser that I'm really interested in, is Meet Me by the Sea for the Jack Richards. I know you like one in that race as well. This horse has done its winning, got to the right mark, wasn't off a yard last time. And Ben Pauling likes this horse. Harry Cobden rode last time. I wonder, will Harry Cobden end up riding this horse over Regent Stroll just with the new gentleman's agreement?
He won't.
But
he rides Regent Stroll.
Are you 100% sure?
110% sure.
Okay. Well, then Ben Jones rides then probably. And it's... I like this horse an awful lot, and I just think a mark of 139 won't be stopping him.
It's a hell of a race this year.
Unbelievable.
Chase,
even Cocktail Divan off 150, it kind of will change that race to a certain degree. But 139 for this horse, who I do think is up to a graded level.
There you go. The 4 from Diarmid then are Hamlet's Night, County Hurdle 33-1, Amez Fred Winter 10-1, Jump Allen Coral Cup 16-1, and Meet Me by the Sea Jack Richards Novice Handicap Chase 12-1. Those are the 4. You could do worse than put them in Lucky 15. Follow that, David Mullins.
Sinatra in the county, and I forget what the other one was.
Can you give us,
I'm not going to compete with that.
Can you give us a clue of what it might have been? No, any form line? Or
I'll come back to me. I was
Okay.
hoping. What did I say? I said something a minute ago to myself.
Yeah, I don't think I heard it.
Sinatra in the County Hurdle is 14-1. Okay, Mikey.
I won't be able to compete with that now. I haven't a clue
Just-
about the kind of
Just
handicaps.
try.
I rang Patrick. I was on the phone to Patrick on the way up,
Here we go.
and I said, "Well,
Give us one.
you know the crack. The boys look after me well." I said, "Give me one," and he said, "Jump Alain." So that's what he said.
Did you
Did you say
know?
what race, by any chance?
Says,
Coral Cup, I think. But
he said, "If you're having a few, whatever," he said, "the Coral Cup."
Coral Cup, Jump Alain, 16 to 1.
That's what he
it's
told
not
me,
the Coral
lads.
Cup anymore, isn't it? It's just the Cup, I think, at the moment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's the cup. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
just called the Cup now, I think. Yeah.
Jump Alain. Anything else?
McLowry, my brother sold him. He won a 4-year-old maiden. You'd hope he's a bit better than 133 or whatever it is. Yeah, I think he is. He's not.
You don't like him?
No.
Why?
He flopped last year in Cheltenham. What did he win? The bad
He
handicap
won the
hurdle
Dual
in
Riff.
the-
That was some race he won.
Oh, it was a great race, yeah.
Storm
About
Hard.
10 runners, was there?
Stormheart. The first 4 home.
Yeah.
Old
He's
man
a-
Dingle
he's
was
a-
fourth off about 9.
He was fourth, yeah.
The third horse
I can't
was
curse
gone up
again.
about 20 pounds
Ah,
as
he
well.
he doesn't jump well enough.
He turned win. I don't know about that.
Doesn't jump well enough.
Better
So
than that.
your two, Jump Allen in the 2 mile 5 handicap hurdle on Wednesday. We don't have a name for it at the moment. And it was McLowry in the Jack Richards. Stephen, handicaps made for you.
I want to back front runners on the old course, especially in chases, especially if they have this bollocksology of the starts that we had last year.
Cameron?
So you know the starts we had last year, that it's complete mess. So if you're on the front end at all, you have a huge advantage. You have a huge advantage anywhere, especially in the Ultima, I think, and the plate. So I've won the Ultima Highland, won twice around the old course last year, come back to himself, made a bad mistake the second last, and was only beaten a length and a half the last time. Henderson did a stable tour with Sport and Life the other day and said that he's come back to himself. His last run was his best run in a long while. So I think Highland, with the course and distance form and a front runner, he'll have a great chance.
14 to 1.
And if we get soft ground, I love backing Elliot Rags on soft ground. You know, Commander of Fleet, didn't he win a Coral Cup? And one who could have a big chance, and he'd be a huge price in the Coral Cup, Safarour. He's about 15 pounds lower than his chase mark over hurdles, and his last run was when he was going to beat Imperi Pass until Imperi Pass beat him. So I think Safarour back over hurdles could have a chance. Well, I get a big price on soft ground.
Okay, that's Safarour. Excellent. And Tony.
Okay, in the cup or whatever we're calling that race on the Wednesday, I backed the Yellow Clay, the horse he split last season, or the champion hurdle favourite and the Brown Advisory favourite. So, yeah, I think his season has been a mess.
What price did you get the Yellow Clay?
40.
Wow. Nice.
He did
the Yellow
open the
Clay.
show at 40s when he was
155. Do you think he's well handicapped?
Not sure. But I think these are ideal conditions. And I think sometimes the Coral Cup class horse can come out on top.
Probably claim off him, will they?
Yeah, that'd be an option, Ori, but Jack Kennedy mightn't want to be giving up the ride on that at the same time. I do think his season's been an absolute mess. In Navan, just a really strongly run race on really testing ground where Elliott's were needing the run, and then I thought he travelled quite well through the 3 mile race at Leopardstown at Christmas, and then didn't see it out. Look, it's very possible he's gone, and he'd be more of a win-only type for me, but I just think with the way the form is, it was reckoned a very good race last season. I'd give him a chance. Thought Adragul had a little bit of a chance in the Grand Annual. Looked a bit of a disaster over hurdles, but fences seemed to have changed them, turned them inside out a bit. Thought he was in front too soon in the DRF race won by Jacob's Ladder on ground he doesn't like. Sharper test the Grand Annual. Like, what's that, a 4.5 short? I'm almost certainly going to be better ground. Will suit him. Thought the right 2 horses are at the head of the betting in the Pertemps. You have the plot horse, what's his name, Skelton's horse,
Supremely
West,
West,
he's
yeah.
obviously deserves to be there. And the progressive one, Sam Thomas' horse, stay different. I thought that Irish Challenge were really poor for the Pertemps this year. Be surprised if we figured it out at all. Genealogy is a horse that's well down the list in the Fred Winter. Maybe he's too far down, but I thought he wasn't done with on the flat and shaped very well at Leopardstown.
He ran bad at Nace, didn't he?
Ground, I'd say
Was it?
completely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say he didn't like the ground. Then it was his qualifying run. He shaped well behind that Winston Jr. He probably ruined his chance for the Fred Winter, nearly winning that far. I thought he might go for a triumph with him anyway. And then the last one, this will be very ground dependent, as he'd need nice ground, is Brave Fortune. Now he's got a little bit of a belt of the handicapper, but you look at his Tipperary form back there in May, like Western Foal come out of it, Oscar's brother, Rush Mount, blazed the way, and he got an educational ride to be played about it and toured that day. He also has the option now of Utoxeter on the Saturday. I think he sees an entry for that as well, so maybe they're waiting for the ground with him. I thought he ran really well and toured us over 2.6, just was too sharp.
Beautiful. There we go. That's Tony's handicap fancies. A couple from me. I think there's a couple here this year, and I hate doing it, but I do think there is a couple of favourites in the handicaps who actually are value, and it's going to sound ridiculous, but I think Jaguar is a grade 1 horse, and I think he's running in the ultimate. They're leaving in Iroko, so the weights are going to stay the way they are because Iroko is in the race. He's definitely going to run.
Dave, just one thing on him, the trends are absolutely appalling against a horse in the ultimate going to the trip for the first time. It's like you're talking over 100 horses failing or something to do it. Like it's mental all thing. But sorry, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, like with Jaguar, you're talking about a horse like his actual form in handicaps. I know he's been beaten at short prices, but he won the plate last year, and he's crying out for a step up and trip. He's an absolute beast of a horse. Like he's massive. Like he's 5-1 for the ultimate. It sounds bonkers, but it wouldn't surprise me if he went off 5-2. I think he's got a hell of a chance. And similarly, in a different way, like Jericho de Repine is in the Kim Muir. He's only 4-1 Bet365, but like he's a different caliber of horse completely to the horse he's going to be running against. So he's probably a 155 horse at least, running against horses who he shouldn't be allowed to run against. So I think Jericho de Repine, he was second in the Pretemps last year. He is a bit of an enigma, and he's very in and out, but he's just different class to them, I think. A couple of bigger prices. Your Neighbour, I think, is going to win the Grand Annual. Release the Beast. I could see a big plunge on him. I think he's well handicapped. He's got the experience now running at Christmas behind Andrew Gould.
Serious round.
I think he's got a big chance. I could see him shortening in price considerably, 16-1 at the minute with Bet365. I spoke about Jericho de Repine and the Kim Muir. Gordon Elliott has one in there that I think will go off shorter than it is at the minute. Prens Garde Trois. I think he could turn out to be the Gordon number 1 in that race in the Kim Muir, so he'll have a good jockey, and I think he'll go well. That's Prens Garde Trois. The Fred Winter, I'm starting to really like Munsif. Look, he didn't. The middle run against Proactive, who I fancy in the Triumph. I'd say that day was a disappointing run because they were trying to find out if he was a Triumph horse. Last day at Naas, I thought he travelled well into the race. He was fine. But the time before it, when he ran at Leopardstown over Christmas, I thought was a hell of a run, and he was keen. He travelled through the race. I loved him as a flat horse as well. He's a little bit tricky, but I think the Fred Winter is made for him. He's a good jumper as well. And I think he'll definitely be on the bridle turning for home, so I'd be keen on Munsif. And just one other one for me, the Novice Handicap Chase, it's a hell of a race this year. It really is. Like when Cocktail Diving has got a mark 150, I thought he'd be well into the 150s. I was originally fancying Regent Stroll. It's a big ask from Regent Stroll. He's not the most straightforward mentally. I hope he still wins because I tipped him up in the ante at 18-1, but I do worry a little bit. But if Cocktail Diving runs in the Novice Handicap Chase, that might mean that Slade Steele will run in the plate. And I think Slade Steele is really well handicapped. Forget that run at Navan when the ground was horrible. It was just horrible. It was old ground that they were using at Navan that day. I think he would have won the day he was brought down on New Year's Eve at Punchestown. And he'll come alive in the spring. So I'm hoping they'll be separated. You have Waterford Whispers to factor into the race as well. So they'll be a couple of mine. Munsif, Jaguar, Release the Beast, Jericho de Repine, Slade Steele, and hopefully Regent Stroll. That is the handicaps, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's time to go to the crowd for proper questions, okay?
No, we'll do the naps first, and then we'll go to the crowd.
Do you want to do naps first?
Yeah, naps first, yeah.
I thought naps is last, no?
We'll do naps first.
Okay.
We'll
You're the boss, he's the boss?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So this is naps of the entire Cheltenham Festival. If you're Tony, have one bet, this is it. Tony Keenan, we'll start with you, that end of the table. Your strongest fancy at the 2026 Cheltenham Festival. You're after getting 2 hugs, 3 kisses from Stephen Cass. You've perked up. What have you got for us? Mashantu in the Stairs Hurdle. Very interesting. Stephen Cass.
Just because of the price, I'll go the 10-1 Imperi Pass in the Ryanair.
Imperi Pass, no bet.
Yeah, and you have to have that. And if he doesn't run, you know, like Cryptic Jim in the Bartlett. But
so
Imperi Pass is the best bet at those prices, I think.
And your first sub is Cryptic Jim.
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
Cryptic Jim in the Albert Bartlett. Right, Mikey, come on. Let's do it.
A long price or a short price?
Whatever you want, Mikey. Just your banker of the meeting. Want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Gary.
McLaury in the Jack Richards.
McLaury in the Jack Richards. Perfect. David
Please.
Mullins.
Please.
No, Jack Richards.
Go back to Mikey.
We'll go to Dermot.
The Big Westerner.
The Big Westerner. Confidently, the Big Westerner in the Brown Advisory. I'm 100% behind Proactive in the Triumph Hurdle. I think he's a really good horse, and I think he's going to give JP another win in the race. So he's 7-2. I'll take Proactive. Mikey or David, who wants to go first?
Proactive for me.
Proactive as well? And if you were to pick your own one, what would you go for?
Gallop in the Shams to win the Gold Cup.
Gallop in the Shams, who wasn't in your first three a minute ago.
That's his fifth pick in the Gold Cup.
I'm coming back to you.
You made a show of us last year with the charity bets, anyway.
Yeah, I'm coming
They're
back to you.
charity bets. I was going for big price, like.
I'm coming back to you.
Banker is Bambino Fever.
Right, there we go. We got there in the end. Bambino Fever, Mayor's Novice Hurdle. David.
Yeah, that's the same, yeah.
Bambino Fever.
Sorry, I thought you were looking for a big price.
Certainly. She'd win the Supreme.
You think she's the cert?
Cert.
Yeah?
Cert.
And at the moment, Bambino Fever for the Mayor's Novice Hurdle is... Let's give you a price. Mayor's Novice Hurdle. Here we go. Bambino Fever's 11-10. Do you think that's still value?
Absolute best value of the week.
Bambino Fever.
Yeah. Cert. 8 hurdles, new course, best champion bumper farm, won a 3 mile pie to pint, will go up once, do you know what I mean? Not a steppy filly, just looks like a beast on the gallop. Paul Townend, end of the week, you're just not going to get better than that.
That deserves a round of applause.
Oh no, I
There we go. So I went for Proactive in the Triumph Hurdle. Dermo even went for Big Westerner in the Brown Advisory. David is with Bambino Fever in the Mayor's Novice Hurdle. Gary is with McLaury in the Jack Richards Novice Handicap Chase. Mikey's with Bambino Fever in the Mayor's Novice Hurdle. Stephen Cass is with Imperi Pass in the Ryanair. And if that doesn't run, he is into Cryptic Jim in the Albert Bartlett. And Tony Keenan is Mash Shantu in the Stairs Hurdle. Right, I think we're done. We got there in the end, so we did. Look, it's our 8th year now, as Dermo said. We got you out of here before 11:30. It's the most open Cheltenham Festival I can remember for many a year. It's going to be a cracker. No odds-on favourite so far. That could obviously change with Fact to File and Lossy Mouth. But just a few thank yous before we finish up. Thanks to everybody here at the GOAT. Thanks to Dermot for putting the whole thing together, basically. Our thanks to our sponsors. Well done, Dermot. Our thanks to Gambling.com Group and, of course, Bet365, our sponsors. And to you for coming as well, and for everybody watching at home for making this Racehour Cheltenham Preview so popular every year. And my thanks to our brilliant panel. Put your hands together for Mr. Tony Keenan, Stephen Cass, Mikey Fogarty, Gary Connolly, David Mullins, and Dermot Nolan. I've been David Jennings. The very best of luck at the Cheltenham Festival. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, look, it's Dean Ryan here from the Race Hour. Sadly, neither myself or Pat Cooney could be on the panel tonight for the Race Hour preview. Of course, brought to you with Bet365, but I bought the Bet365 Racing Pro with me. Pat, how are you?
Yeah, so good, thanks. Not long now, is it? So looking forward to the whole couple of weeks build up to it all.
Yeah, it doesn't get any more exciting. Of course, the lads have gone through all their fancies and thoughts and feelings about the 4 big days coming up at Presbury Park. What we want to know from our bookmaker partner here, Bet365, which 4 horses do you not want to win, Pat? Who's going to properly stuff you guys?
Well, it's amazing, really. The championship races are pretty much taking care of themselves with so much uncertainty as to what's going to run. But I got the live worst 4 at the moment. And we open with a biggie. Day 1, race 1, the Supreme. Old Park Star is a terrible result. And even more galling for us layers. Apparently, he worked really, really well at Kempton the other day. So we laid him at the start of the season. And every time he's won, he's been very, very popular. So we open with a real big one there. So that's the important one. Number 2, Bambino Fever in the Mayor's Novice Hurdle. And she's only going to go one way in the market. You know, I think she could end up going off at odds on for this race. Very solid. And really same again for Dino Blue in the Mayor's Chase. Now, we know all about her. She's a real win machine and so forth. She currently sits there at number 3. And number 4, Dr. Steinberg in the Albert Bartlett. Normally, this is a bookmaker-friendly result, this race, but Dr. Steinberg, again, not one we took seriously at the start of the season. I think we were 20, and now for our sins, he's a well-backed favourite. So 4 horses, they're all in non-handicaps. So, as I say, Old Park Star, apparently he's Nicky Henderson's best chance of a winner of the week in the stable's own words. And when you think half an hour later they got the Lambert, who's currently a shorter price than, Old Park Star, I could see him being all the rage on the day as well. I don't think any of those 4 are going to drift alarmingly in the market. I think, if anything, they're going to go the other way and continue to freeze up in the betting.
A couple of names I didn't think would hit the line there, and especially Dino Blue. I mean, obviously runs at Cheltenham every year. We've had one unlucky one time it's come good. That does surprise me. No surprise though that Willie Mullins is all over that with a sprinkling of Nicky Henderson. Oh, okay. If they're the big 4, we've had some massive news, of course, this week. Constitution Hill is not going to go for the Champion Hurdle. I was going to ask you what the interesting market moves have been over the last few days. There has to be something going on in the Champion Hurdle, but what elsewhere as well?
Yeah, an interesting one really is in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Now, I know the way you're thinking. Now, we all thought when he won it a year ago, he might carry on and win it again this year, but he's been awful, hasn't he? Absolutely awful. But in our non-runner, no-bet market, we were actually 14-1 a few days ago, and a few shrewdies came on and we clipped it to 11. And when you think about it, as dreadful as he's been, these are clever connections, aren't they? I know they've had a torrid time with stable form and so forth. These are clever people. And this horse, I know the way you're thinking, he's not going to run unless they're really happy with him. And so I can see wisdom in him. Certainly nothing on what he's done this season. But were he to run, he must be sending out the right signals at home. So if he doesn't turn up for the gig, you get your money back. But he's certainly one to pay attention to. And maybe a forgotten horse, but on that non-runner, no-bet basis, given his connections, it might be just worth bearing that in mind.
The memory banks will kick in on Gold Cup day if he's there and their vibes are good. He won't go off double digits, I wouldn't say. Would he, Pat?
I would doubt it. I think it's one of those races, you could be looking at 6-1 the field on the day. Wouldn't that be something, given what we've had in recent years? So everyone has a different opinion on the race. I wouldn't even know what will go off favourite, to be honest. I think maybe the jukebox man would be my call to go off favourite with that King George win, and Ben Pauling seems to be happy with him. But everyone seems happy with their own horses, so it'll be interesting. But that non-runner, no-bet market is quite intriguing for I know the way you're thinking.
Big time, yeah, can see that. Anything else catching the eye of the traders over the last few days that we should be aware of going into the Cheltenham Festival? We're less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I put one up in the bumper that's very interesting. Jockey bookings can often make big price cuts, really. But I noticed in the bumper, the Morn Rambler of Noel Meade. The last time we saw this guy, he won at the Leopardstown in a bumper over Christmas. Colin Keane has been booked. How about that? Now, Colin Keane, he's the stable jockey on the flat for Juddmonte. He must have had to okay it with Juddmonte to ride a horse in a bumper at Cheltenham. They want him for all the big flat races. They want him winning Group 1 races on the flat at Royal Ascots and so forth. So he must have had permission to ride this. I know he's got a good association with Noel Meade, but the Morn Rambler, very much under the radar. But I watched his win this morning at Leopardstown. He won fine. And it's the classic, if he'd been trained by Willie Mullins, he'd be half the price. Well, he's got Colin Keane aboard. I mean, that's I could see him being a popular order in the next few days.
We all remember Jamie Spencer in the bumper, and I think it took until the sun had disappeared and everyone in the dark waiting to see what happened. I mean, look, Cheltenham needs great stories. That is another one. Colin Keane on Morn Rambler in a bumper. That will be fascinating. And Alan, to be popular, as you say. Right. Now, I think, Pat, you might be the best tipster we've ever had on the race now. Recency bias allowing, okay? Yeah. There's a few people knocking around who've had great runs, but you had a super run already, of course, on the sister show to the main preview show, of course, on the Racehour this year. Now, everyone wants to know, Pat, one horse you think, right, will get beaten at the meeting. Your Bismarck. We'll start there.
Well, I'm going to go to the bumper, and it's the favourite, Love Sign Dornou, who won by a whopping 24 lengths last time we saw it. But that was a pretty much an egg and spoon race, really, and it made all to win that day. You're not going to make all and win a champion bumper at Cheltenham. I know he's highly regarded, but I think quite a few horses would have won in similar fashion that day. He'll be favourite probably because Rich Richie owns it. There'll be a bit of hype about him. But really, the bare form doesn't amount to a great deal. I'm sure there's other horses with much better profiles on him. I mean, he's round about 4-1, I suppose. Not for me. I'd have to be opposing him at that price.
All right, Rich Ritchie's bumper jolly at the moment at Love Sign Donu. Your nap of the meeting, Pat. What's the one horse that keeps you up at night? This one's going to do the business.
Well, I liked in the plate on the Tuesday, the Dan Skelton trainer, Madara, who Irish fans will remember this horse came and won in Leopardstown a few years ago. He's had 2 eye-catching runs for the Dan Skelton team. The first one was at Wetherby, very eye-catching. Same again at Kempton. If you were there for the Langer Dan gambles for those 2 years, this is a very similar profile. And I know the Skeltons quite well. I did ask Dan how well the horse was the other day, and he just smiled. So there you go. I think they just didn't want to run this horse because he might just blow the handicap mark. So he's going there all guns blazing. He's been well found in the market. I think us bookmakers have got bad memories of Langer Dan winning those 2 years. We sort of wrote him off saying he hasn't shown much. But Madara, the vibes are very, very good for this horse. And as I say, every time you speak to them, he just smiles. So there you go. The clue is there.
All right, the Pat Cooney seal of approval as well. On top of all of that, the Skelton horse is going to be super popular this year. He is the man, certainly from the English side of it, for laying him out for this meeting, as he's shown over the last few years. All right, Madara in the plate. Okay, we need an each way one, Pat. That one, as you said, is well found in the market. We've talked about the favourite of the bumper. Give us something at a bit of a bigger price from you.
Well, I quite like Henry de Bromhead's horse, Work Ahead, in the County Hurdle on Friday. Now, he was a fair novice, wasn't he? He blew out at Cheltenham a year ago, but I think there was a lot to like about his last run. He is still entered in the Champion Hurdle, so he could run in the Champion Hurdle and finish out the prize money maybe. So it does show you what they think of him to even still be in the Champion Hurdle. But I think he's got a very workable, excuse the pun, but in the Work Ahead name. I think he's quite well handicapped. Of course, Henry de Bromhead, again, been relatively quiet maybe, but he seems to me a horse that could be very, very popular on the day. And I like the fact that he's good enough to still be in a Champion Hurdle. He won't be my each way bet in a Champion Hurdle, but he certainly would be in a county.
Yeah, do you know what, Pat? You've landed on a horse I was literally waiting on the ratings to come out. Couldn't wait for this. I heard Henry in an interview give a little clue towards it. We'll leave him in there, but the county does seem the plan. That little run, I think it was in the Red Mills Hurdle, was it? Just there behind Stormheart, signified everything you needed to know. 2 good horses were at the front of that field. So, yeah, okay, I'm with you. Look, it's great to agree as we wrap this up, Pat. I think Work Ahead is definitely one of the better each-way bets in the meeting. So I'm with you. So we'll follow Pat Cooney, the Bet365 Racing Pro, of course. And I just want to say, Pat, as well, everyone's enjoyed the preview night tonight. Thanks very much for Bet365 getting involved with the Racehour. It's been a great addition to all of the content, and you especially.
Yeah, it's been. And I tell you what, Dean, it has been very well received. I go racing on the course an awful lot, and I get loads of people. They say to me, "Oh, we listen to it in the car on the way to the track. It's good fun, and it's a little bit different." I critique all the other podcasts, and this one seems to get the thumbs up from a lot of people. So that's good to hear, and hopefully we'll be back for the sequel next year.
100%. Great to chat to you, Pat. Enjoy the festival. Not too much. Hopefully the punters get a good go at it as well, and take care.
Yeah, lovely. Good luck to everyone.
Relentless, remorseless, has pounded Cheltenham Star into submission.